The Pima County Sheriff's Office.
The note contained details about what 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was wearing the night of the crime. The sheriff would not confirm its authenticity. It was initially sent to a local television station in Tucson, who forwarded it to authorities. The station agreed not to report on it, but today the website TMZ was also sent a copy and went public with some of the details.
CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti reports investigators found evidence of a nighttime kidnapping. Several of Guthrie's personal items were also still at home, including her cell phone, wallet, and car. After last week's heavy snow, melting and refreezing water on roofs is creating ice dams, and in some cases it leads to leaks and water damage inside homes. On the Big K Morning Show, Joe Potocznik of JP Roofing and Siding said there are things a homeowner can do.
Keep the heat in the house as low as you can. Try to block where your attic access hole is. Get a couple pieces of insulation, put above it. Try to stop that air from going up there. That helps a lot if you have it high risk, inadequate insulation in your attic.
Once there is damage, Joe advises against a do-it-yourself fix. He suggests calling a professional instead. In Westmoreland County, police arrested a man they say entered an eye doctor's office in North Bell Vernon, stripped naked, and began stabbing the walls and furniture with 2 large knives. Officers say Darnell Howell appeared to be in a manic state when they found him at Check Eye Group on Broad Avenue. Optometrist John Cicchini told KDKA TV it's incredible no one was injured.
It's complete panic because you don't know how you're going to react in that type of situation. You know, you don't really necessarily have an emergency plan in place. We're just in Bell Vernon here. So that caused a lot of chaos.
Howell is facing assault and other charges. Bahama Breeze in Robinson Township is closing in early April. Darden Restaurants announced Tuesday it is shutting down all 28 of its Caribbean-themed locations. The final day of business for Bahama Breeze in Robinson will be April 5th, and it's unclear what would replace the restaurant. Production begins soon in Pittsburgh for the final season of Mayor of Kingstown, and there's a casting call now for extras. The show is looking for people to fill various roles, including locals, law enforcement, prison guards, gang members, inmates, bar patrons, and more. Production is scheduled to begin in early March and continue through June. People interested in being an extra in Mayor of Kingstown can find a link to apply at kdkaradio.com. On Wall Street, the Dow is ahead 22 points at 49,263. The Nasdaq down 241, and the S&P is down 28 points. KDKA Sports, a couple of college basketball games tonight. Duquesne is at George Mason. Wright State visits Robert Morris. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. Time to visit RomeMonuments.com. Life is a journey to remember. Memorialize that journey. RomeMonuments.com. 17 with mostly sunny skies in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions, and I would like to remind you about the selected drapery fabrics that are on sale right now. 50 to 70% off the most beautiful fabrics with the draperies made right here in Pittsburgh in my very own factory. Call 724-933-5500. Stop into my gallery at 2015 Village Run Road in Wexford, or simply book online. NestExpressions.com.
Crowded waiting rooms, 5 rushed minutes with the doctor. No real answers, just solutions that mask symptoms. For so many, that's what healthcare has become. In and out, no time, no connection. Just another appointment on the schedule. At Pittsburgh Sinus Centers, it's different. They take the time to listen, explain, and design a plan built around you. Because real relief starts with understanding what's really going on, not just treating the surface. From allergy testing to in-office sinus and nasal procedures, their experienced team uses the latest technology and a personal touch to help you breathe, sleep, and live better. Here, you're not just another number. You're the reason they do what they do. Discover a better way to feel better, one that's built around you. Pittsburgh Sinus Centers. Schedule a consultation today. Call Pittsburgh Sinus Centers, 878-231-4950. 878-231-4950. That's 231-4950.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we still have some delays in the commute. Not quite out of the woods yet on the Parkway West, for example. If you're trying to make your way into downtown, you have sluggish traffic greeting you right around that Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. Flip the script, though. If you're headed outbound toward the airport, things are rolling very well for you on the Parkway West 376 in that direction. Behind the Liberty tunnels, very nice ease off to the rush hour. Just traffic light delays for you on Route 19 West Liberty Avenue out of Dormont and Mount Lebanon, or 51 Sawmill Run Boulevard. Parkway East inbound is still a little slow go for you at Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine mixing with clouds the rest of today. Cold this afternoon, high 24. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 9. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy and very cold, high 24. Some snow Saturday can accumulate 1 to 3 inches, the high 29. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Bum. Bum. We are not judged by how we thrive when times are good. We are judged by how we thrive when times are tough. And you kick ass when times are tough. I got guys right now plowing, shoveling for folks who can't afford it for free. I got plumbers, electricians, roofers doing work for free because they give a damn. I wanted to take a moment to soak it all in, the greatness of the kindness of strangers. No greater example than my girl Teresa. Listen to this story. It is what we are about, folks. Listen.
I did get my oil.
I
thank Tom for that.
So back up for us, my dear. Tell us, because I love you, and I'm so glad we could help. Tell our listeners what happened yesterday in your house, in your home, in the last few days.
Okay. In the last few days. Friday, I lost my oil because my oil ran out. We have an oil furnace, so the house was really cold. I have a brother who's really ill. He really is. He's not as strong as he could be.
Sure.
He's a veteran, and I'm taking care of him. I'm his caretaker. But we lost, we had a water pipe break near the meter, which busted the shut-off valve off. So even if I could have got to it, I wouldn't have been able to shut it off. So I called the emergency number. They sent me the fire trucks and the policemen and all this other stuff. And since the water was going into my electrical box, they had to shut off my electricity. So my electricity was shut off. My water was shut off. I had no heat. And my basement was completely flooded, and it's completely a sheet of ice. It's really, really bad down there.
Oh, and what was the temperature in your house yesterday when we had you on the air?
41 degrees.
Wow. Wow.
It was 41 degrees.
So
this morning when I went in, it was 32.
No.
When I went in this morning because I stayed at my son's house. My son and my daughter-in-law let me stay at their house. And I went in this morning to get pictures of the broken pipe and stuff so the plumbers could see it so I could get a correct estimate. And it was 32 degrees in there. It was really bad. It was really bad. I couldn't even make a phone call while I was standing there because I was shivering so bad.
Where is this in town?
It's in Ingram.
And tell us about my friend Tom, how cool he is.
Tom is very cool. He got the name and number for the oil company that I deal with, and he bought my oil for me.
Wow.
In fact, it was delivered this morning while I was there. But I can't turn it on because I have no electricity. I have no electricity yet because when they turn the water, when the plumber comes to fix the pipe, then I have to check the box to make sure it's okay, that the water didn't get in there.
But this complete stranger, Tom, just said, I'm writing a check. How cool is that?
Yeah, it is very cool. There are really good people out there.
How's your brother?
You just got to look for them. My brother, I sent to Mercy Hospital because I knew he would be warm, he would be safe,
It's great.
He would get his medication.
Thanks, brother.
And they would take care of him.
She's amazing. So that defines the greatness of this town. It validates us. It allows us to say, maybe everything doesn't suck. And I got to be honest. I see it all day, man. I see greatness every damn day, every damn hour. Total strangers want nothing but a warm heart and to make a difference. I saw Amy Mock coming down the stairs this morning as I was coming in the building. I said, damn, this weather sucks. You know what she said? Start the show with something good. She was right. That was serendipitous. I had a moment and thought, you know what? Let's do that. So Teresa, broke, sick brother, basement full of water, no power, no oil, no money. You stepped up. Plumbing, oil, power, salvation. Damn straight. And then there are men in their trucks in frigid temperatures, driving around, clearing lots so women with cancer can go to their doctor. I'm serious. So they're not plowed in. My brother Eric, good morning. How are you?
Wonderful, sir. How are you?
How many miles of roads have you cleared with your truck just for the sole purpose of making a difference? Is it 6? Is it 10?
Unofficial, we got to be somewhere around 30 by now.
30 miles?
Yes, sir. I believe the original night, I want to say we were somewhere just over 20. We did get together, just took a little ride for about an hour the other night, probably got about another 8 or 9 miles.
I heard a clip in one of your video clips where you said, let's get Marty's entire list. I named addresses, and him and his boys went around and cleared driveways and saved folks. Why the hell do you do it, sir? Help me. Why?
Some of these people, like Miss Joanne, her story was one that kind of hits home.
Yep.
You have the elderly members of the community that, they did this for 75, 80 years. And, they just don't have the ability to do it, or, family, friends are all dead or out of town or whatever the circumstances are. And these people still need the help.
Yeah, but my man, it's friggin' 5 degrees. You could have just stayed in bed. What moves you from bed to say, screw that, I'm in the damn truck? What, is it how you were raised? Is it your dad? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a culmination of how I was raised and just, how life has dealt me my cards. The wife and I made a joke a few years back. We used to donate to different charities, and we're not wealthy by any means. But it is more of an impact to donate the time than it is any amount of money. Any amount of money we could feasibly throw at charity or helping friends and neighbors and all that stuff. It's a lot more beneficial to just donate the time.
My man, you're a rich man in my world, brother. I cannot thank you enough. You have changed the game. You have made a difference every day. Thanks, my man.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
He is why we're here. He reinforces the belief that, yeah, people are cool. They're not jagoffs. They're cool. And I can line them up. The people who have done this for us. Line them up. Boom. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is things are rolling well on some spots and not so much on the others as we sail through this hour here at 10 o'clock. And the Parkway North, I-279, it was our first morning rush hour, having those HOV lanes back open to us and to all of you since the big storm. Things rolling well on the main line now as those lanes are closed until the evening rush hour. 28 southbound, great ride. Parkway East inbound, it's trying to be a great ride, but you still have some slowdowns right around Edgewood, Swissvale. On the Parkway West, you are in some very heavy traffic beginning at the runaway truck sand pile before the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Time now for a Black History Month Spotlight.
Today we honor John Vation, a Pittsburgh abolitionist who played a vital role in the Underground Railroad. Born a free man in 1792 to a formerly enslaved father, Vation became a successful businessman and the owner of the city's first bathhouse. By night, that business secretly served as a stop on the Underground Railroad, helping enslaved people on their journey to freedom. Vation also helped advance education and equality as a co-founder of the Pittsburgh African Education Society and an early leader in the city's anti-slavery movement.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
So I went to high school with Bob Tootie, with Tootie Mechanical. Since I've known him, they've put 400 furnaces in homes, free furnaces. We're about to do that again. We'll put 20 in homes in one day. It's magnificent. You see folks cry. They change lives. This company gets it. Tootie Mechanical. 400 furnaces. Amazing, amazing. Tootie Mechanical. 412-771-4100. Love them.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, good-looking guys.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Takes a lot of heart, man, to get out of bed when it's below zero, hop in a truck and plow snow for strangers for nothing. Come on, man. Come on. It brings you down, man. This weather beats your ass. It just does. And these people are writing checks and hands on and just boom, killing it. I am blown away by the greatness. I am blown away by the kindness. I am blown away by the folks willing to make a difference right now in this insane weather. And the truth is, this is all paying their own damn bills. And they're doing it paying their own bills, working their asses off. The plumbers, man, the roofers. I got roofers doing volunteer work in this ice, man. In this ice. Come on, man. I had to reach out to one of my boys, this insane weather has created disaster in homes. Unprecedented damage of the cold. Jim, what's up, brother?
Marty, how are you, sir?
It's insane what's happened. The cold, the damage it's caused, right?
It's astronomical, and it's just beginning. It's just going to get worse.
Hey, Jim, how long have you been a plumber?
22 years now.
He worked with my boy, Matt Mertz. Jim Bucci is just as good, just as motivated, and just as considerate of others. You've been at this for 20-plus years. Have you seen this kind of damage from cold before?
Very, very few occurrences. This is one of the worst I've seen. The longer the cold spell lasts, the more damage we get. This being such a long cold snap has made it even more destructive than, 3 years ago, we had a really cold spell come through right around Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. It lasted 3 days, and it was over. We're going on week 2 right now of this weather.
So true.
And it just keeps demolishing things further and further and further.
Give me a couple examples, Jim.
I have a customer in Fox Chapel who does not live in the house. She has somebody that's, quote unquote, watching the home for her while she's not around.
Yeah.
The water line broke above the water heater on the second floor. Came downstairs with hot water in the house.
Oh, no.
And with 125 or so degree water, just shot hot water and essentially steamed the entire home.
No.
The foundation froze solid.
No.
The only reason they knew there was a problem was the front entryway door was frozen with a block of ice.
You were kidding me, Jim. Wow.
It's blown the front of the house off of the foundation.
No.
The house is it's a 100% total loss.
The
There's
house
nothing
is.
left of it.
The house is.
It's destroyed. It's destroyed.
Wow.
The house is 100% total loss. It took the fire department had to come out with axes to get in the front door.
Jesus, man.
And the whole front wall of the house is blown off of the face of the house. It's junk. The house is destroyed.
Jim, how the hell does the pipe burst in the house on the second floor above the water heater? Was it that cold?
That cold, and it's on an exterior wall.
Oh.
It's just and this is stuff. This is an older home too, so it's not like somebody came through and repiped it and did a poor quality job. It's just, and that pipe's probably frozen 100 times over the years, a little bit.
Jesus.
But this hot, cold, the expansion, contraction, eventually it couldn't take it anymore, and the pipes just blow out. And then here we are. And it's a shame because I'm dealing with that one right now. This was last week that happened.
Wow.
And it is bad enough that this lady's insurance company is in the process of her claim. The adjuster came out and looked at her house and straight out told her, you're only insured for $350,000.
Only.
He said, you have exceeded your claim.
No.
We are going to be issuing a check for $350,000 for you, and your policy is now defunct because your home is destroyed.
No.
That's all. They basically said you have reached your max claim now. $350,000.
Jesus, man.
That's a huge claim.
My God.
I mean, 20 years ago, that was a whole house in Cranberry. This is just the damage alone to this girl's house. I mean, it's astronomical right now.
Wow, man.
And the scary thing that's what's going to happen with where we live is the snowbirds that aren't home right now.
Oh, yes.
Wait till springtime when they come home. Wow. Chaos will erupt all over again because there's going to be people that are you're going to come home and find out there's 50,000 gallons of water run through their house because they weren't home and nobody knows it yet.
And no one's checking, and they're sitting on the beach somewhere.
Nope. Yes, they're sitting on the beach, and the neighbor that is supposed to be checking the house for them, well, it's just too cold for them to go out. Or, their daughter's supposed to be looking at the house, or their son's supposed to stop over, et cetera, et cetera.
Man, son.
That's what's going to happen. And I'm telling you, in the springtime, we will have utter chaos. I mean, I have a house now, their boiler system broke. I specialize in hydronic heating systems as well.
Yeah.
Their boiler went down. When the boiler broke, the house got cold. All the pipes in the house feeding the heating system that are 100 years old, they've exploded.
Oh, no.
The radiators throughout the whole house, they're all cracked and split.
No.
And then all the copper water lines cracked and broke.
What the hell?
I mean, you're talking probably a $20,000-$30,000 job to fix all this stuff. And, the guy, it's a rental. The tenant moved out, turned the heat off whenever they left. Nobody checked on it.
Oh, my.
That gas is still on, but they turned the thermostat down.
Jesus, man.
And now it's, at this point, for me, as busy as I am with a sheer volume of jobs that I'm trying to help people to get people in hot water, I can't, it's a vacant house to me right now. I have a vacant house, or I have,
hell yeah,
I have, somebody like you next door that needs hot water. Well, you're going to take priority over the house that nobody lives in. Man. So, this is just the beginning stages. I mean, it's going to be, it'll be catastrophic in the spring when we find out.
No, man, I've never heard of a house condemned from water ever in my life. They'd be better off with an explosion or a friggin' fire. Jesus, man.
But it's all the same. Yeah, she lost the entire house. I mean, she still owns the ground that it sits on, but the whole house is gone. I mean, and the house was absolutely beautiful.
$1 million plus house in Fox Chapel, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Oh, easily. Just the property alone. I mean, the property alone will sell, for probably $300,000-$400,000 by itself. But I mean, it's just, the house was gorgeous on the inside, but nobody lives there.
That's amazing.
She just has people watching it for her.
Jim
It's insane.
Go ahead.
No, I just did one last night at a Ramada Inn. Their water heaters, one of the water heaters broke. When it started leaking, it knocked out 2 other water heaters, broke those.
Whoa.
And, those are 3 commercial storage tank systems.
Oh, my
They're $10,000 a piece.
Oh, my, how much?
$10,000 a piece. There's $30,000 right there. I mean, people can't keep up with this stuff. I mean, it's
Jim Bucci, thanks, brother.
Right now.
It's compelling as hell, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's in the trenches every day. If anybody needs us, we're always around.
You're my man. I'm going to call you later. Thank you.
Marty, thank you.
Wow. Damn.
This weekend forecast brought to you by KFC Bowls. 5 different bowls to fill up 5 different ways. In Pittsburgh, Saturday's going to be breezy and bitterly cold with clouds and sun and a high in the low to mid-teens. Remaining brisk and very cold Sunday with clouds and a few flurries, the high in the upper teens. Go to KFC and get a whole lot of bowl for a whole lot less money. 5 delicious bowls for just $5 each. From the classic famous bowl to Chef Matty Matheson's bowl and even more in between. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Prices and participation may vary.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
Ready for custom window treatments? You've got options. At Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory, the Lachina family has been serving Pittsburgh homeowners for over 60 years. Choose from custom blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies made in Lachina's own factory and tailored to your home. Enjoy Lachina's free shop at home service or visit one of Lachina's 2 convenient locations in Dormont or Wexford. Call 412-665-4900. That's 412-665-4900. Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory. The quality you deserve.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 17, mostly sunny skies at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Driving on Pittsburgh's highways can be challenging due to lingering snowbanks. PennDOT's now trying to do something about that, as News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak reports.
It's been more than a month since a massive winter storm dumped over a foot of snow in the Pittsburgh area, and drivers are still having to battle those large snow banks that line the highways. Those snow banks are often solid and icy, and they can do a lot of damage to your vehicle. Now PennDOT is doing what it can to push them out of the driving lanes.
Wherever we have narrow stretches where the snow is kind of encroaching into the lane, and we have some of that in places, we're going to be concentrating our efforts on that just to try to get the drivers as much width as we can.
That's PennDOT District 11 Executive Jason Zhang. He tells us there's only so much that PennDOT can do, which is why it's important for drivers to eliminate any distractions and slow down, especially in those tight areas. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
A major gift is expanding access to Catholic elementary education. News Radio KDKA's Paul Alexander has more.
The Diocese of Pittsburgh announced an educational improvement tax credit gift from an anonymous donor dedicated entirely to expanding financial assistance for families and strengthening long-term access to Catholic education across the diocese. Combined with existing support and some potential federal funding, this gift allows the diocese to make financial assistance available to everyone. Bishop Mark Ekman, in a statement, said, "We are deeply grateful for this generosity, which allows us to serve more children, strengthen our schools, and remain faithful to our mission of forming students in faith, knowledge, and service." The diocese will be implementing a new financial aid model that will help every family that applies for financial assistance. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is ahead 378 points at 49,619. The NASDAQ is down 133 points, and the S&P is down 1. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:31. Our next update at 11. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Ethos.
That spring break vacation can be more than just a day at the beach. Travel vlogger Mark Wolter says you can build a vacation around volunteer work.
I've had friends that have gone to Ecuador to work with monkeys. I've had friends that have gone to Costa Rica to help out with the turtles there.
That service trip could last the entire stay or just one day.
There's places that maybe don't need you for a whole week, but they'd be glad to take you for a day or two to come in.
I'm Rob Hart.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Hey, folks, Marty. Why did MediConnect choose to sponsor the Warmathon and KDK Radio? Well, their folks see firsthand the pressures, financial pressures, seniors are facing every day. No senior should overpay for services that may be included in over 70 different Medicare options. There's never a fee for MediConnect's top-rated service to assist seniors in finding the right Medicare plan. Call MediConnect, 888-818-6334, or visit MediConnectInsurance.com.
Let's be honest. The hearing aid industry is broken. Overpriced clinics, pushy appointments, bills of $5,000 or more. That's the trap they hope you fall into. Don't let it happen. Audion Hearing is the escape. Their FDA-registered hearing aids cost just a fraction of the big brands, starting at only $98. Instead of paying as much as $5,000 plus all the doctor appointments and wasted time, you get what you need with no prescriptions, no office visits, no time wasted, and no crazy price tag. Call 800-700-HERE. That's HEAR. Audion's cutting-edge devices are rechargeable, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. Try them risk-free for 45 days with lifetime support and real human help just a phone call away. Over 1 million people have already said yes to Audion Hearing. Join them. Don't let them take advantage of you. Break free from the trap. Call now 800-700-HERE. That's HEAR for a very special offer. 800-700-HEAR or 800-700-4327.
Had a young lady at our house last night, 2 years at CCAC, transferred to a top-tier school. No cost. 2 years, CCAC. Talking to my son last night about CCAC has a dual enrollment program for 11th and 12th graders. You get college-level classes and credits at CCAC. Get the college experience and they all transfer. CCAC rocks. ccac.edu.
Fabulous February savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. In our meat department, fresh split chicken breast, $1.99 a pound. In the produce department, sun-kissed navel oranges, 8-pound bags, $5.99 each. In our deli, Silver Star Square bologna, $7.99 a pound. Additional savings, Heinz tomato ketchup, 29 to 38-ounce bottles, $3.99 each.
It's happening now at Coons Market. Coons Market, a special place in your neighborhood. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is after the busy rush hour we had with a lot of accidents and very heavy delays as folks are back into their regular routines after last week's wintry weather, things are easing off kind of nicely. So if you have to grab the keys and head out the door toward an appointment here in downtown Pittsburgh, the travel is not too tough. Parkway West inbound does have a minor delay for you between the Banksville on-ramp and the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels, and the Parkway East inbound is a little bit slow go, kind of on and off the brakes as you come down past Edgewood, Swissvale, headed for the Squirrel Hill tunnels, but otherwise rolling well. 28's a super ride, no problems there. If you're thinking of dropping into the West End and coming down South Main Street toward the West End Circle, that and 65 southbound toward town are rolling nicely. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be very cold, sunshine mixing with clouds, high 24. Tonight will turn out mostly cloudy and very cold, low 9 above. Plenty of clouds tomorrow and remaining quite cold, the high 24. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This report brought to you by Kalshi. Trade on anything. The big game is here, and now you can trade on football legally nationwide on Kalshi. Right now, New England is trading at 32% to beat Seattle. A $100 trade pays out $289. Use code FAN to get $20 when you trade 100. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Okay, here we go. Listen, I'm not here today. I got the day off. Michael Bartley will take you through 2 to 6 today, right here. KDK, I'll be back tomorrow.
The ICE drama. The glamorization of citizens standing up against them, the demonization of ICE has come home. In Oakmont, which, by the way, I love Oakmont. Love that town. Love it. My boy J.K., who owns 8 restaurants, love him. Mark Serrao's a brother to me. Love him. And as it ends up happening, the man at the center of this controversy actually worked for Oakmont Bakery, Jose Flores. So he gets snatched over the weekend. ICE has him. Immigration issues, quite frankly. The community raised $80,000 and more to defend him, and now folks are losing it to the point where last night they had a meeting in Oakmont, and their council, in essence, they call it, their borough council, said, screw ICE, period. We will not work with them. It's unsettling to me and unproductive and kind of sort of ignorant. And the guy who knows this, who has become my best friend in the middle of the night because he gets up earlier than I do, immigration lawyer Joseph Patrick Murphy. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, Marty.
Here we go.
Same.
Here we go in Oakmont.
Yes.
And
I mean, yeah, this feels good now. It's obviously something that will feel good in the short term and cause trouble in the long term.
Explain, please. I love this, what you're saying here.
Well, I was watching, believe it or not, an old speech by President Obama talking about immigration probably 10 or 12 years ago. And he's talking about just this attitude, this kind of, well, they're here and they're fitting in, let it be.
Right.
And Obama pointed out that every time you do that, other people get incentivized to do the exact same thing this fellow did, Mr. Flores.
Sure.
the entire world would move to the United States if they could. And the bottom line is we cannot handle that. It doesn't, our economy is a very small country that we have here compared to the amount of people in the world that would move here if they could and if there was no check on that. There's a very interesting TED Talk about gumballs and immigration. I encourage everyone to look at it. It shows you how this isn't a matter of, well, we could take a few more people or there's only a couple of them. Our capacity to absorb immigration is like 1/10,000th of what we would need to do, this kind of laissez-faire immigration. So in the short term, it feels good. We talk about that. He's a good guy. He doesn't break the law.
Works
He's
hard.
working his ass off, all this stuff. Yeah, but so what? The whole world's full of people that want to do that. We've got rules about this. And this guy, was allowed in, but in a certain sense, he circumvented them. He didn't go and apply for a visa and wait for an interview and go through and pass an interview. He just showed up at the border. Again, on a personal level, it's similar to the relationship that people have sometimes with lawyers. They tend to like their lawyer but hate the category. This is the same thing. We like this guy. He's a nice guy, wife and kids, beautiful family. They show the Christmas picture. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Joseph.
Yes.
Throwing down with ICE, the ICE sucks meeting in Oakmont. Does that help them, sir? Is that... I just don't like that move. It makes them the bad guys again and again and again. ICE.
Ideally, when a federal agency is going to be doing operations in a neighborhood, a community, there would be some advance notice. DEA does it.
Sure.
ATF does it. They notify the local chief of police. They say, we're coming into your town and we're going to grab such and such guy. Okay. As that becomes a compromised method of communication, for example, where local police departments will then call activists to go to the arrest site and make trouble, ICE is less likely to do that. You're likely to see more of these kind of surprise arrests where nobody knows what's happening. I think you had one on the show a couple of months ago where ICE had grabbed a guy in an unmarked van.
Yes.
And the local police chased the van all the way to ICE headquarters,
Yes.
thinking it had been a broad daylight kidnapping.
Yes.
So, So the coordination between law enforcement agencies is an important thing to avoid them fighting with each other, to avoid giant shocks to local stability, feelings of safety in the community.
Hey, Joseph,
the news reporting on this.
I'm not disparaging Mr. Flores because Mark is one of my brothers, and I'm told this guy's a badass, works his ass off, best employee. But here's where I kind of get weird with this. The narrative is, and it's all over the media, this guy's here legally, has a visa, has a driver's license, has real ID. Okay, but is he here legally, sir? Is he here legally?
All right, so unlike most of these irregular migrants, he does not have the original sin of an illegal entry. They gave him border parole. That's a one way to get into the country, and it was given for humanitarian purposes. So his entry itself was not illegal. That parole is only good for 2 years. It's long expired, and even if they'd extended it, it's at the discretion of ICE. ICE gives the parole. ICE can cancel it anytime they want. It's like parole. Like you have a parole officer, they can cancel your parole. Obviously, it's similar, but it's not the same thing. This is not a criminal parole. But that's what it is. This person showed up at our southern border without following the normal procedures. He's naturally subject to law enforcement supervision and, in fact, arrest if they want to. And that's what happened. So, it's hard to get your head around it that he entered legally and then became illegal, but he's similar to a visa overstay. That in the sense that his parole was only for a couple of years. The fact that we let asylum seekers get work permits and social security cards, we do that so we don't have to feed them ourselves. Okay, they're going to be in our country.
I see.
Waiting for a hearing. They have to be able to maintain themselves. If they can't, then we're not only going to have to allow them in here and allow them to use our asylum system, we're going to have to feed, clothe, and house them for years. So that's why we allowed them to do that, because the idea that you could come to a foreign country and ask for asylum, it's meaningless if you have no way of supporting yourself there.
Without getting into a lawyer-client privilege, because you talked to this family, can he end up staying here, or will he be deported, sir?
He's got to win his asylum case. Or have some other method of, getting a green card. The most obvious one is the asylum he's filed. Nicaragua, as I've said before, it's gone way totalitarian. Very serious persecution of Christians going on there. That may be what he's upset about. It may be something else. I don't know anything about his asylum claim, but that's a pretty obvious one for anybody from Nicaragua. And a couple ladies in here that were thinking about an asylum claim. They were Catholics, other Catholics. I'm a Catholic, and they were talking to me about wanting to make an asylum claim, and they didn't understand that, that they're victims of religious persecution. I showed them video footage of me marching down Grant Street in the St. Patrick's Day parade, holding me and the guys from Hibernians holding pictures of St. Michael the Archangel and crucifixes. I said, "Could you do that in Nicaragua?" She said, "Absolutely not." She started crying.
Wow.
So it's going on. It's going on. And,
Joseph Patrick Murphy, it's a hell of a conversation. Yeah. But throwing down against ICE and making them dark, man, doesn't help anyone. In my world, sir, it just doesn't.
I think what they're doing here, I don't think it's it's been sensationalized. What they're trying to do is preempt the 287G cooperation agreement. 287G allows local police to enforce federal law. They get deputized by ICE. They get some training, and those agreements, you constantly see jurisdictions getting into them, and then it gets politically unpopular, and then they're getting back out of them. Most famously and recently, Bucks County was in and out of one. I have on my, I think it's on my TikTok page, Allegheny Immigration. I read out a list of all Pennsylvania agencies that are cooperating with ICE. Mostly sheriff's departments. They're not traditional law enforcement agencies like a regular police department that pulls people over. But there are a couple of them in there, and some pretty big ones that might surprise you. Right around here that are cooperating. And what that means is that they've been trained to detect people that are unlawfully present in the United States and how to process them. So a simple traffic pullover could result in arrest and taken to immigration detention.
Mr. Murphy, my man, thanks, brother. Always spot on. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Marty. See you later.
Hell of a quandary. I see both sides. From what I hear, I love this man. I also understand what Oakmont's doing. I also understand what my man, the lawyer, Joseph, is saying. None of this is easy. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is just minimal delays on the parkways. Happy to say that. And of course, it involves a tunnel. Parkway East inbound, a little bit slow go in both directions around the Squirrel Hill tunnels. No accidents there, just a little heavy. Parkway West on the inbound ride, if you're headed for the Golden Triangle, just a little bit of a tap on the brakes there between the Banksville on-ramp and the inbound tunnel portal. Big heads up from Pittsburgh Regional Transit. They are reporting that the Mon Incline will be closed for routine scheduled maintenance for a few hours beginning around 6 tonight. Now, PRT did not give a firm time on when it will reopen, but they say shuttle vans will be available to riders from the top of Mount Washington down toward the Station Square area during that closure. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah with the elder law firm of Zachariah Brown. You know, every day I get a call from somebody because they have a loved one in the nursing home. They lost their house, they lost all their money, and they are in trouble. And that's when they call. Why do they call us? Because we can help. The better call to make, though, is to call ahead of time. As soon as you have a loved one going into a nursing facility call us immediately, and we'll help take care of you. Zachariah Brown, 724-942-6200 or PittsburghElderLaw.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at StraightTalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
It's the KDKA Radio High School Basketball Game of the Week. Powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Every Friday at 6, we bring you the best players, the best sounds of the game, and the best matchups in the WPIAL. This week, McKeesport visits Gateway. Presented by Invisalign. Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine. Official sports medicine of high school basketball. And brought to you by Tobacco-Free Adagio Health. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi. Guys, the best thing I did in 2025 was get a new garage floor from Comer and Cross. It completely transformed my garage. It's given me new space in a new room in my house. I can't believe I waited as long as I did to get in touch with the great people at Comer and Cross. But hey, better late than never. And right now, they've got their preseason sale going on. Comer and Cross, you're going to get a phenomenal price, and they're going to install it when you want it on your terms. They make it so simple. It's cold outside. They're going to take all the stuff out of the garage for you and secure it so you don't have to do it yourself. They fix all the cracks perfectly. And the best part is all of this gets done, and I know from personal experience, in one day. So go with the pros at Comer and Cross. They don't subcontract out. Call them now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR and lock in your preseason price and installation when you want it. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, 800-NEW-FLOOR, or go to COMERcross.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I got my man John Bajeski that I got to get to here in a second, but I have to grab Nancy first. Nancy, thanks for your patience. Jump in here, please.
Yes, I'm calling about the conditions of the sidewalks along Route 51.
Where at
where
51,
all the shopping is.
Where?
Where all the shopping is. Where the PetSmart shopping center is, where Kohl's is, down there.
Down where? Greensburg? Where? It goes all forever.
Clariton.
Huh? Clariton.
15236 zip code.
Thank you, my dear. What's going on there?
The sidewalks look just like a roller skating rink.
Oh, no.
They haven't been touched with salt or anything. The people are walking down 51.
Oh, no. That's dangerous as hell.
Yes, it is.
Are you there now?
No, my daughter called me. She was going to work to have me call you.
All right. I love the call. I think it's important. Patrick makes a good point. Can't blame everyone for everything, but if you own a business, man, get your ass out on the damn sidewalk and drop some salt. Come on, man. Before someone gets hurt and sues your ass. Speaking of ice and danger, that's called a transition. One of my boys, quite frankly, love the guy, John Bajetsky, Steel City lawyer. Big John, those pictures you sent to me last night sent me back into my chair. Jesus, man. What the hell happened here, brother?
Yeah, Marty, this is a bad one. Under Pennsylvania law, you're required to remove the snow and ice from your vehicles. And we're, I believe, at least 8 days or more removed from the big snowstorm. And a tractor trailer was on 376 out in Robinson, which I know is the Parkway West because I guess I'm old. But tractor trailer's coming one way. Young woman is coming the other way on the highway. A large chunk of ice dislodges from the top of the trailer, comes flying down through her windshield, has left her blind in one eye, orbital fractures of her face, and thankfully her 7-year-old who was in the car seat and back seat was uninjured. But just a terrible tragedy that should not have happened if the law was followed by the trucking company.
My God, John. Her face it looks horrible. She's lucky she's alive.
It is, and she's a young woman too. I mean, this is going to affect her for the rest of her life, and it's all due to the negligence of a trucking company that did not remove the snow and ice from the vehicles as they should under Pennsylvania law. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, you can't hold them responsible. It's so high up there on top of the truck." But at every intermodal terminal, there are devices that remove all of that ice and snow from the top. Truck stops, they do it as well. It's a responsibility before they put that vehicle on the road that it is safe to operate, on the highways, because otherwise, things like this happen to this young woman.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. This is serious stuff. This is no joke, brother.
No, it's not. And again, look, if you're going to be out there running trucks around and making, millions of dollars, you need to protect the public as well. You need to do the right thing. And that's really what the point of this is. More than anything else is to, number one, remind people, hey, look, you need to remove the snow and ice from your car. You could kill or severely injure, or in this case, blind somebody with chunks of ice and snow coming off your car. And not to mention, tractor trailers where they're out there making money. Those companies need to be more responsible. It's not like they're doing it for free.
It's wild, John, because I agree with you. Now you got to find this truck, right? Got to find the truck.
Absolutely. So this incident occurred on 376 on the 31st, and it was right around 10 a.m. Near the Robinson exit. And if anybody saw the truck or the incident occur, it might have a description of the truck. That would be very helpful. I'm trying to work with the state police and PennDOT to get the cameras, but again, they're sort of elusive about whether they record those cameras or not and providing the data. So in the process of working on that. But in the meantime, even if the truck driver themselves is listening, nobody's out to throw anybody in jail or anything like that. This is about, holding the company responsible for providing you the tools that you need to do your job safely.
John Bajetsky, we're going to talk to you and her live in 2 hours. The whole story. Her live, you live. Thanks, brother.
Yep, we're hot at noon. Catch you later, Marty.
Those pictures of her are shocking as hell.
It's the little things, the information you need, people you know, the little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Want to treat yourself to something safe, gorgeous, and affordable? Call PJ Fitzpatrick. The jacuzzi shower system from PJ Fitzpatrick features a low entry threshold with tons of design options. The jacuzzi shower is luxurious, affordable, and it all installs in just 1 day. Plus, PJ will include a free shower seat and safety bars for all customers this month. Visit trustpj.com today for your free design consultation.
Larry Richard for CertaPro Painters. I've been a customer for over a decade. Why? Because the professional work CertaPro Painters does protects your home, quality paint, worry-free process, free estimates. That's why I've relied on CertaPro Painters. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
19 degrees, mostly sunny skies. It's 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The latest in the apparent kidnapping of the mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie is the authenticity of a possible ransom note. CBS's Andre Gutierrez is in Tucson.
Investigators do say that it had very specific detail about Nancy Guthrie's home and what specifically she was wearing the night she disappeared. And that level of detail is why police say they are taking this so seriously and stopping short, though, of calling it legitimate.
The note sent to the Pima County Sheriff's Office demands a ransom paid with millions of dollars in cryptocurrency. Pittsburgh drivers are finding snowbanks along the highway driving lanes to be a challenge, and they're about to get some help from PennDOT, as we hear from News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak.
For the first time since last week's big snowstorm, PennDOT only recently opened the HOV lanes, which required removing 6 miles of snow using a snowblower they borrowed from another district. Now, PennDOT District 11 Executive Jason Zhang says they're working to clear snow on all the routes.
We're going out, and our drivers are going to be basically pushing back that snow as much as they can with the plows. It's everywhere. It's along all the roadways. It's along all the guide rail. It's along all the shoulders of the road.
He says that'll be their plan of action until Mother Nature begins to cooperate when temperatures warm up just enough to make a difference, hopefully by the middle of next week. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
In the news is a creative attempt to smuggle contraband into the Allegheny County Jail involving a bag of Doritos. And detectives assigned to the jail learned 2 inmates were planning to sneak synthetic pot, known as K2, into the jail. The plan was to leave several doses in a bathroom at a magistrate's office where one of the inmates was scheduled to appear Tuesday. The detectives say they watched Tyreek Craighead enter and leave that bathroom, leaving behind an open bag of Doritos with pieces of rolled paper inside that tested positive for K2. Craighead, Tyrese Platt, and Chaz Coles are now facing conspiracy and other charges. There are indications tension is easing in Minneapolis. Border czar Tom Homan announced this morning 700 federal immigration officers are being withdrawn from the Twin Cities immediately. And about arrests of undocumented immigrants being held in Minnesota jails.
We have made significant progress under the direction of President Trump, working with state and local officials here in Minnesota. And I expect that to increase in the coming weeks.
Concerning the roadblocks set up by anti-ICE groups, Minneapolis police have been seen removing them. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is now up 343 points at 49,584. The Nasdaq down 257, and the S&P is down 14 points. KDKA Sports 2 college basketball games tonight. Duquesne is at George Mason, and Wright State visits Robert Morris. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. 19 degrees, mostly sunny in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and AccuWeather next.
Hey guys, this is Pavel with Schley Deck Company. Winter installation special is here. That's right, 20% off. It's the best time to buy now before spring. We need to keep our crews working. Guess what? You save big money on your deck and fence projects this winter with SchleiDeckCompany.com. To help keep your loved ones safe, don't forget to replace the long overdue paint, chip, and rotten railings with new, maintenance-free railings from Schley Deck and Fence. That's SHLY.company.com, SchleiDeckCompany.com.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? In Oakmont, police and EMS are headed to the scene of a reported accident in the 400 block of Allegheny Avenue. So that puts it near the intersection with Washington Avenue. Again, that's Allegheny Avenue, which parallels, of course, the very busy stretch of Allegheny River Boulevard. But nonetheless, a pretty busy intersection there anyway. So watch out for the slowdowns around that. Not too many slowdowns out in the rush hour, just minor delays approaching both the Fort Pitt and Squirrel Hill tunnels on their respective parkways. A reminder for you again, Pittsburgh Regional Transit reports the Mon Incline will be closed for routine scheduled maintenance for a few hours, beginning around 6 tonight. They will put shuttle vans in place to get you where you need to go during that closure. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine mixing with some clouds as we head into the afternoon hours. It'll be cold, the high 24. Tonight will become mostly cloudy and bitterly cold, low 9 above. Mostly cloudy and quite cold tomorrow, the high 24. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty, why did MediConnect choose to sponsor the Warmathon and KDK Radio? Well, their folks see firsthand the pressures, financial pressures, seniors are facing every day. No senior should overpay for services that may be included in over 70 different Medicare options. There's never a fee for MediConnect's top-rated service to assist seniors in finding the right Medicare plan. Call MediConnect, 888-818-6334, or visit MediConnectInsurance.com.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The narrative is downtown's wonderful. Downtown's great. And by the way, the men and women that I know, they're in the heart of, in essence, rebirthing downtown, the Ken Zeffs of the world, quite frankly. My man from Yinzer Coffee, Aaron Stauber, my close friend who's a billionaire, owns 20 buildings downtown. Those men are like, yeah, it's cool. All right, this is the process. Conversely, I see the other side. My close friend whose son is on the streets of downtown right now, trying to get high again so he doesn't die. My friends who own the Jazz Club downtown, who get vandalized twice a week. My friends who own the Middle Eastern restaurant downtown, who literally have physical fights in front of their restaurant 3 nights a week. And then there's the folks trying to live downtown. Until there is a effort at law and order, man, preserving the peace, downtown will suck. If anyone knows me, I speak the truth because I live it. We're there. We're down there. I hope it turns around. I'm told there are plans to turn it around. But for now, if you're single and you're female and you're living downtown, and then on top of that, you're fighting these jag-off landlords, downtown sucks. You want to hear from someone who says that? Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Marty. How are you?
Describe the downtown experience, living downtown right now.
Well, I think you started it off by highlighting much of what I feel. My situation is unique. from a personal perspective, and I was willing to embrace the whole downtown living experience for various reasons. And I did, for about 6 to 8, maybe 9 months, until, from a personal perspective, in terms of the building that I live in, all the shenanigans started happening that, you expect in an apartment type setting. I don't expect to have perfect situation. It's not my personal house where I'm taking care of it, but I've been there now. It's about 1 year and 9 months, and I have submitted, I don't even know how many maintenance requests for this particular, what's considered luxury apartment complex.
The venue. It's supposed to be high end.
The venue.
Yuppies with money.
Mm-hmm.
And the units are very expensive. It's supposed to be all class. Amazing.
Yep.
Right? True?
Yeah.
But
and it's beautiful. It has a great view. Yep. I love it. But I cannot get resolution on major maintenance requests. And this one in particular is I have a 1-bathroom apartment. So the bathtub, sink, and toilet have been clogged now for, this started in October of 2024.
Come on.
It happens when it freezes. This is what I've been told, because I live on the 11th floor, and the 10th floor parking garage does not properly have the pipes insulated. So whenever their temperature will drop, your pipes will freeze, and you will not be able to drain your bathtub. You will not be able to drain your sink. You will not be able to flush your toilet.
So everyone on the 11th floor is screwed. So, Kathy, everyone on the 11th floor is screwed to the big thaw.
I mean, personally, I don't know any of my neighbors, but I was told recently that, yes, I am not the only one that this is happening to. And when the storm came, a week ago, I guess my whole point is that this has been happening for over 1 year now. This is not the result of this historic storm that we have right now in the city. So I have all the empathy and all the sympathy in the world for people who don't have heat and who are in worse situations than I am. My point is that this has been going on for over 1 year now, and I don't even know how long it was going on before I got there. I was told that the person who lived in my apartment moved 1 floor above me to the 12th floor. And in retrospect, and looking at it now, it's very easy to understand why he moved from the 11th floor to the 12th floor.
Oh, my God, it's
to get away from the 10th floor.
Come on.
Yeah, to get away from the 10th floor parking garage that they refused to fix the problem.
Come on, Kathy. Come on.
I can't make it up, Marty. It's
to the point where you've had to pay for a hotel. Kathy, where have you been staying?
I am in a hotel. I am in a hotel every single night.
Idiots.
I have been told by the property manager for the last 7 to 10 days that it would be fixed the next day, the next day, the next day. I've now been told from a senior regional manager yesterday that it won't be fixed until the earliest Friday or Saturday of this week. And I don't believe anybody anymore. Anybody.
Why the hell would you? Now, Patrick is streaming video. There's this brown crap literally in the toilet.
That's the toilet.
Right?
That's the toilet. It just has, I haven't used the toilet since last week. Yes. So that is just coming. I don't know where that's coming from. And when you go to flush it, it won't flush at all.
And then,
so
and then the bathtub is jammed up, Kath. Right?
Yeah, you can't take a shower in the bathtub. I was trying to for a while. I would get buckets and I would take water in the bucket and just dump it into the sink to try, because that water is freezing cold. Yeah. That's sitting on a floor above a garage, so it's freezing cold water. So I would get showers for a while until my sink clogged up that I could not drain the water into the sink anymore.
You even said, I'm going to the media, and they said, I don't care. In essence, right? I don't care.
They didn't care.
Huh?
They didn't care. No. They did not care. I have gone to other city officials, close friends of mine that have gotten me in contact with senior management for the venue, of which I had a conversation yesterday, and she's making promises to me that I don't, fully believe. Because if you can believe this, Marty, I swear to God, I can't make this stuff up. I just got a text that said, "Hi, friendly reminder, tomorrow is the final day to pay your rent before your late fees apply." I've already told the senior manager and the property manager I'm not paying February's rent. They told me not to. They would get it all fixed. They would put something in the system, and now I get the text immediately that, my rent's due tomorrow.
What?
Yeah. The Allegheny County Health Department was there this morning. The health inspector or the housing inspector came this morning to document everything. Now, I made a call to them almost like 8 or 9 days ago, and it's taken this long to get them to my place. I understand we're in a historic storm, but I can't flush a toilet. I have a porta-john in my apartment, basically, and I can't flush a toilet.
This is disgusting.
So get this. They tell me that they're documenting everything, and they will snail mail a letter to management, snail mail. And then once they receive that, they'll have 10 days to make the corrections.
So, Kathy, you have to pay for a hotel in the meantime?
Every night. Every night. And they tell me they'll reimburse me for it. So we'll see how far this goes.
It's a buzzkill in downtown.
Like I said,
along with,
I don't know my neighbors because I've chosen not to get to know them that well.
Yeah.
But I have been told that there are multiple people on my floor with the same water situation.
And let's expand it beyond that before I go to this break here. Beyond this issue, there are a significant number of issues downtown, including Market Square and Stanwix, that make it very uncomfortable for a single white female to try to live and navigate downtown. Is that fair?
Yeah. I mean, I say this is my swan song. I'm done. I gave it a shot. I really tried. I embraced it. I really wanted it, but I do not feel safe. And I have a lot of friends who protect me in various ways, for who I know down here. Yeah. But even to that extent, it's not worth it anymore.
Hell no.
It's just not worth it. No.
Kathy, can you hang?
Yes.
Downtown life, brothers and sisters. Ain't that grand? By the way, the 10th floor has a great view. However, or is it the 11th floor? If you're on the 11th, you get free AC. Well, when it's 5 degrees below and everything freezes. Wow. We used to park in that garage. I know exactly where she is. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is a new accident on our roster. We'll tell you about the one in Oakmont in a second, but this one's on the other side of the river on Route 28 southbound approaching the Cheswick interchange. We have eyes on it with the PennDOT cameras, and we can see vehicles of the emergency type to assist are rolling up on scene just now. It's off to the right shoulder of the roadway, so everybody's getting by in the left lane, but there are delays there. In Oakmont, speaking of that earlier accident, if you're traveling Allegheny Avenue near Washington, do watch out for the crews who are dealing with a crash there. Elsewhere around the commute, not too tough, just minor delays near the Fort Pitt and Squirrel Hill tunnels on their respective parkways. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all. Because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep. Now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
A senior citizen sent me a note that they couldn't afford the nursing home they were in, and they were going to be charged exorbitant fees. Sent it to Julian Gray. He got in the middle of it, worked out a deal, got them into a better place. Julian Gray just set up an entire estate plan for myself and my entire family. They take care of your life right now and your estate right now. Julian Gray, grayelderlaw.com, 412-458-6000, the best.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new brick you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-6623. 800-499-6623. 800-499-6623.
UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
Hey, I'm Sam. And I'm Calvin. When we started Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks, it wasn't a big crew or a fancy shop. Just Calvin and me in our grandma's garage.
We'd load up our tools every morning, build decks all day, then unpack right there in her driveway.
That little garage laid the foundation for what Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks is all about. Working hard, staying honest, and treating people like family.
We've grown a lot since then, but those family values still guide every job we do. Call the Cousins.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Downtown life. Talking to Kathy, she lives in this. What's fascinating about how they present this, because I parked in that garage wherever she's at. I parked there for 10 years. And they built those units as high-end, kind of yuppie heavens, and the rent's very high. Some idiot, whoever did the design, right, didn't insulate the pipes. And so now you got residents like Kathy, everything's frozen until it thaws. I'll tell you, Kathy, what annoys the hell out of me is that you went in to try and talk to the manager of this very expensive apartment, and you asked for phone numbers for the owners of the building, and the guy told you, in essence, screw off, right?
Yes, yeah. He told me he was not allowed to give any numbers for corporate out, that he was the gatekeeper and everything had to go through him.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Making you the bad guy. You're like that annoying resident to them.
I am probably the least annoying resident they had until they did not deal with this situation professionally and properly. I don't know anybody in that building. I keep to myself. I don't ever go to anybody. I sleep there basically, aside from when I'm working, and that's the way it would have remained if they would have just handled this properly. I mean, just beyond it, I'm not speaking professionally because I'm not an HVAC person or a plumber. There is serious sewage issues in that building because when you walk into the lobby, you smell sewage and garbage all the time.
Oh, no.
All the time. Yes. Yeah. So it's not just my apartment issue. There is issues in that building.
Kath, idiotic question. Are you done? Are you moving? Are you out?
Yes, I told the senior manager that I talked to yesterday that as soon as I can secure somewhere else to live, I want my lease terminated immediately, and I expect that. She says she will abide by that, but like I told you, I don't honestly believe anybody.
And it's hard to embrace downtown living if one of the high-end units downtown treats people this way, is it not?
No, exactly. I mean, before I committed to this place, I probably looked at 6 different places. This one I felt the most comfortable in from a safety perspective, proximity to work and different personal situations. So I'm really, really, excited about this opportunity. And I thought at this point in my life, I enjoy urban living.
Yeah.
I love running. I love being outside. It checked all the boxes.
Yeah. But it doesn't really, because we're friends.
No.
And I actually worry about her because I do. Because downtown sucks, and it's grimy at night. Yeah. And at night, are you cool with some of that grime you see? Do you get nervous with the addicts and the drunks?
No,
Huh?
it's changed a lot in the last year, I would say. And I am, in an environment where I work where I get a lot of information about progress and things that are happening. And I fully support it. I hope that the new mayor can do some things coming in. I hope this administration can help because these businesses need it badly. Not just personal residents, but businesses need it badly. And I hope that will actually come. When it does, I don't know. Will I be here business-wise? Probably, but for a while, but not from a personal perspective.
Hold on, though, Kathy. You said it changed a lot for the worse, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Give me an
I've
example.
never seen it as
Describe
bad.
the scenario for me that makes you nervous.
It can be anything. I just walking into work today, I had to walk past a gentleman that was screaming obscenities louder than you can imagine. And this was literally on Forbes Avenue walking into Market Square. And he would have walked right into me had I not walked out. And he was screaming about something. So you got, homeless and mental situations. And then you also have, stuff that I've seen with in front of, places where I work where, the crime and the kids and the juveniles, it's insane.
It's old.
You don't have the time. You don't have enough time to listen to the stories if I were to give them to you one by one because there's way too many of them. And something needs to be done. I have been I've lived in this city my entire life. I've had businesses and have owned businesses down here. I have compassion and I could not get out of here faster right now in terms of what's going on unless I see some serious change.
And let me say this. No one wanted it more than her in terms of progress and hope and opportunity downtown. And now
I told a friend last year that I had faith and I believed and I knew this. I am going to be the glass half full person until this is seen through. 6 months later, completely different perspective.
No, they popped your balloon, sister.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kath. I'm in, though. If they don't fix this, let's keep going until they make this venue place. They need to grow up. Thanks, Kathy.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Marty. Take care.
I've known her for a while. She's an amazingly optimistic person, and she's done. And look, you can yell and scream at me about saying bad things about downtown because you're trying to rebuild downtown like the Herky Pollocks of the world say I'm a jagoff. Okay. Herc, you should hang with Kath for a while and walk in her shoes, brother. Just saying. It's bad. I'm afraid for it. And that apartment complex should be ashamed. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Marty. Appreciate what you do, looking out for the people.
Thanks, brother.
I have a lot of experience in real estate, and I just wanted to comment that when you buy a home in Pennsylvania or building right, there's a thing called disclosure. But I would be sure that if this problem pre-existed and they just passed the buck on to Kathy, there's probably a big lawsuit because, why would you want to pass the buck and, you want to fill up your vacancies and everything, but you need to disclose that there's an issue with this apartment before they rent that.
So true, Sean. They know when you're coming in the door that if it's cold, you're screwed. If you're on the 11th floor, you're screwed. They know it.
Yeah, so I would just say that she should talk to a real estate attorney, or you probably know a lot of attorneys in town, and get advice to legally, it's just not right to do that to somebody.
Hey, Sean, send me your personal information. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com. Okay, Sean?
You got it.
All right, my man. I love guys like him, experts. In terms of the venue, I ain't living there. Would you? Come on, man. I wouldn't pay $800 a month. Some of these people are paying $3,000, $4,000 a month. Seriously.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. So when it comes to your heart, there's no room for compromise.
At UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute, innovation, technology, and world-class expertise come together to treat the most complex heart cases, redefining what's possible for patients who need it most. Getting your heart checked can save your life. Schedule your appointment with the region's leader at upmc.com/heart.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
19 with some sunshine at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Allegheny County's executive is in Harrisburg today to promote a housing initiative for first-time home buyers. News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak has the story.
County Executive Sarah Innamorato is meeting with the governor's office and leaders in the General Assembly to talk about housing in Allegheny County, specifically about an initiative called First Home Allegheny, which helps first-time home buyers with closing costs and down payment assistance so they can move into their first home.
And you're talking about, municipalities across Allegheny County benefiting. So we had 34 municipalities gain new homeowners, which is really exciting to see the diversity of where people are moving around the county.
On Thursday, Innamorato is expected to issue an executive order to expand the First Home Allegheny initiative. Pat Septak, News Radio, KDKA.
The annual Ireland Funds dinner at Acrisure Stadium will honor 3 familiar names. Pittsburgh native Michael Keaton is accepting the Daniel M. Rooney Ambassadors Award. And former Steelers coach Mike Tomlin and his wife Kia will receive the Patricia R. Rooney Community Impact Award. Now, the 50th anniversary Pittsburgh Gala takes place Thursday, March 15th at the UPMC Club inside the stadium, and ticket information is available at kdkaradio.com. And production is beginning soon in Pittsburgh for the final season of Mayor of Kingstown, and there's a casting call for extras. The show is looking for people to fill various roles, including locals, law enforcement, prison guards, gang members, inmates, bar patrons, and more. Production scheduled to begin in early March through June. People interested in being an extra in Mayor of Kingstown can do that online. On Wall Street, the Dow at this hour is up 360 points at 49,601. The Nasdaq is down 260 and the S&P down 18 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
This is Barry and Steve Ehrenrich from Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center, and we'd like to say thank you.
Thank you for making Petite the premier kitchen and bath design center and remodeler in Western Pennsylvania.
For over 50 years, you've welcomed us into your homes to help solve your remodeling problems. Our goal is, and always has been, to avoid the nightmare of remodeling. We want to give you the kitchen or bath of your dreams.
Thank you for taking it one step further. You recommended us to your friends. There's no greater statement of satisfaction than to say to a friend, I love my Petite kitchen, or I'm so happy with my Petite bath. You should call them too.
From custom creation to expert installation, you don't have to go anywhere else. And you didn't. You came to Petite. So, thank you.
And to those of you who haven't been to Petite yet, haven't you waited long enough? PA 625.
Make 380 Auction of Murraysville your next stop for name brand furniture. Stop in and compare their quality and pricing. 380 Auction has name brand furniture for less. Before you buy, shop 380 and save on your next furniture purchase. 380 Auction is open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sunday noon to 5 p.m. Or call 724-339-3132. That's 724-339-3132. Or log on to shop380.com and save.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Fabulous February savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. In our meat department, lean and tender pork shoulder steaks or roast, $2.79 a pound. In the produce department, extra large cantaloupes, $1.99 each. In our deli, John F. Martin ham off the bone is $6.99 a pound. Additional savings, selected varieties of hell of a good dips, 12-ounce containers, 3 for $5.
It's happening now at Coons Market. Coons Market, a special place in your neighborhood. That's Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is we still have an accident on 28 southbound. This is as you pass by the Cheswick interchange, and as you are passing by the on and off ramps there, everything is happening over on the right side of the road with a fire truck on the scene, so you're only able to scoot by in a single lane to the left there. It will slow your go for sure. Once you get past it, everything rolls well all the way toward downtown or the north side. And we do have an accident in the Upper Hill, North Oakland area, and that's on Robinson Street at the intersection with Terrace Street. Parkways east and west are still rolling well into town. Just a minor delay around the tunnels in both directions there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine mixing with clouds the rest of today. Cold this afternoon, high 24. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 9. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy and very cold, high 24. Some snow Saturday can accumulate 1 to 3 inches, the high 29. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This report brought to you by Kalshi. Trade on anything. The big game is here, and now you can trade on football legally nationwide on Kalshi. Right now, New England is trading at 32% to beat Seattle. A $100 trade pays out $289. Use code FAN to get $20 when you trade $100. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Okay, here we go. Listen, I'm not here today. I got the day off. Michael Bartley will take you through 2 to 6 today, right here. KDK, I'll be back tomorrow.
Sam, the man from Cousins, is one of my boys, and I texted him about the work they do in this crazy weather. We had a plumber on. What time was it? Like 5 after 10. And I posted this video. He goes to this hotel. All these water lines blew. Man, there's like 4 feet of water in the friggin' hotel from this insane weather. He told us this story. I've never heard this before. So the water lines busted above a water heater on $1 million plus home in Fox Chapel. Flooded the entire house. So much ice from the water that it blocked the front door. How about this? The house, the $1 million house in Fox Chapel had to be condemned. Ice damage. I had to grab Sam from Cousins and get his take, because Sam's out there. He's in it. He lives it. Brother, man, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Marty?
Sam, the man, this weather is insane, sir. And because it's insane and because it's so cold, Sam, it's very destructive, is it not, sir?
Oh, yeah. No, it's really bad, man. Some of the pictures, like, are estimators are getting are crazy, man. Gutters ripping off of houses, roof leaks all over the place. Like,
yeah.
It's a bad time.
Kind of run the gamut for me, Sam, of what your folks are seeing out there, brother, from this weather.
Yeah, so one of the craziest pictures I keep seeing, like repetitively on like different houses we're going to, is gutters actually ripping off the house completely, like just because the ice is building up. The gutters didn't have like proper, maybe they were blocked up prior, or they weren't big enough for the house. And they're filling up, ice is setting in, and they're literally tearing off. So those ones are pretty crazy. And then obviously tons of roof leaks. We're seeing roof leaks all over the place.
From what, Sam? What happens there, Sam? What is that?
A lot of times, man, it's a tough one. It's like a lot of people just have older roofs that they've been putting off. Maybe they're 20, 25, 30 years old. And, they weren't ready for this kind of winter that we're having. And, it's bad. It's really bad.
Call thecousins.com's Sam Milligan. Hey, Sam. So I'm in the kitchen 2 days ago, and I hear this boom. I go outside. It's the neighbor's gutters. So, Sam, someone told me, and I know it was you, that, and all of us do this, we forget to get the gutters cleaned, then it jams up with the water because of the leaves, and then the ice brings it down, does it not?
Yep.
Can you do this kind of work, Sam, in this kind of weather? It seems kind of dangerous to me, sir.
Yeah, it's tough. So our deck crews are still out building. We're building decks.
What?
I had one crew last week, didn't take a day off. He worked Monday, Tuesday. He worked. That dude's an animal. So the deck guys are still out building. Siding, we're still doing hardy siding. You can still install winter. Yeah, those guys are, man. I give our guys all the credit in the world for lacing up their boots and getting out there in this cold. And then roofing is at a standstill. We can't do roofing or gutters.
It's too dangerous, right, Sam?
Way too dangerous, too cold, and obviously snow on the roof. You're not going to be tearing off a roof.
Hey, Sam, if someone loses their gutters, there's really nothing you can do. Nothing.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait until it's warm. And my only thing would be a caution in the future to people of either getting your gutters cleaned or getting new gutters if you got really old gutters in your house before the next winter, because that's and it's rough when it happens to someone, because a lot of times they have no protection now against the foundation. So then now they're getting water in their foundation. They're getting water against the side of the house. Turns into bigger problems if you don't take care of it up front.
Call thecousins.com, 989-COUSINS, 989-COUSINS. Hey, Sam, so I'm going to get into your business here. I hear all these spots, and I'm not going to name names because I'm not. I hear all this marketing for a company saying 40% off decks right now. So they're trying to mass market deals on decks in this weather. Outside of a couple crazy contractors, it's hard to trust a company that says it's going to do your deck anytime soon, sir. Right?
Yeah, no. Honestly, if it's a reputable company, I'll be honest. Like we always operate on a 3 to 4 month backlog because we have a lot of demand. But we also permitting. There's design. There's permitting. You have to take your time when you're planning a deck project. So, yeah, no. I mean, it's unless you have a ground level deck and they're making some kind of special deal, they're not going to be out there for months.
Well, hold on. It's disingenuous, Sam, for them to say, we're going to come out in this crap and put a deck on your house. It's a lie, in essence.
Yeah, well, that or they're just not busy enough and they don't have the work to keep their guys, working through winter. Both would be red flags for me at that point.
Yeah. And what are some of the questions you need to ask with one of these aggressive contractors, Sam, before you give them any money?
Are you talking about someone that comes in your house and is like, I need you to sign this today, or else the price is going to double tomorrow?
Yep.
I mean, if anyone says that to you, I'd kick you.
Because they do that, Sam. They do that.
For one, I promise you, if you call back the next day, they're still going to give you the same price.
Yeah.
They're just saying that to pressure you. And for two, it's not local. It's not family oriented. It's okay. I totally understand asking for the business, but pressuring someone and telling them that their price is only good for the next hour, that's ridiculous. I'd kick them to the curb and get some other people out if someone's really pressuring you that much.
Hey, Sam, Sam, what's it cost to get gutters replaced in a ballpark?
Ballpark, you're around $25 to $30 a linear foot. So it depends on the size of your home. But if you have, 200 feet of gutters, which is I think an average house in Pittsburgh, you're looking at $5 to $7 grand.
Whoa.
Depending on if you're getting 5-inch or 6-inch, and depending on how many downspouts you have.
Hey Sam, is that covered? Insurance.
By insurance.
If it falls, huh?
It depends.
Does it?
Insurance is very hard to get a claim against, especially on gutters. I'd say it's worth trying. And if anyone, if someone's out there with gutters ripped off their house right now, I would recommend calling your insurance and just seeing if you can get some type of credit back for it or anything, because it was a weather-related event. So it's worth trying, but I can't, no promises for sure. You know how insurance can be.
Sam the Man Milligan, my brother from Cousins. Callthecousins.com. Callthecousins.com. Thanks, my man.
All right. Thanks, Marty. See you, man.
I love him because he's honest and he knows the game and he does everything right and he gives a damn and you can trust him. And every time he calls me, he points out these con artists out there trying to rip people off. And they're there all day long, man, especially in this kind of weather where folks are panicking to get a job done. But to Sam's point, the good contractors are booked up by 4 months, so if they want to come to your house tomorrow and work, something's up. Something's up. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, something's up, Marty, on Route 28 for folks trying to come out of the Allegheny Valley right now. We have crews still clearing an accident. This is by the Cheswick interchange, and you have sluggish traffic there, but that's our hottest spot in terms of backups or delays or accidents. Just a reminder for you, you want to have the heads up for People's Gas crews doing line replacement work. This is along Route 65, Ohio River Boulevard, as you're trying to head up into the Ohio Valley. You'll find a single lane northbound or outbound between Millerton and Kendall Avenues. Crews are working daylight hours, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., weekdays, weather permitting, through mid-May. And with AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Did you know that the only cause of mesothelioma is exposure to asbestos? Did you know that many local area tradesmen were exposed to asbestos and didn't even know it? The sad reality is asbestos-related diseases are often fatal, yet entirely preventable. Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky, and White understands the complexities of asbestos exposure and are dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve. GPW can't change the past, but we'll work to transform your future. Call 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
Wintertime, freezing temperatures, busted pipes. Man, that's terrible. And when that pipe breaks, damage spreads fast. It's terrible. That's when you call Service Master Greater Pittsburgh. Yep. 24/7, 365. Residential and commercial water damage emergencies. Stopping that damage, cleaning up the mess, getting your property back to normal and fast. When winter hits hard, demand that yellow van. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh. Call 412-RECOVER. That's 4-RECOVER.
Elevate your sleep experience with an adjustable bed and make everyday activities like reading, watching TV, and working in bed more comfortable. At the Original Mattress Factory, we know not all adjustable beds are created equal. You want one that has the features you actually need, like anti-snore and zero-gravity positions. We offer high-quality adjustable bases paired with a hand-built mattress, all at a factory direct value. And we have product in stock and ready when you are. Visit an OMF location to elevate your sleep experience today.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed. Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Y108 presents
Odyssey, The Night Before, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, starring Jason Aldean.
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? I'm Jason Aldean.
Wednesday, April 22nd, inside the Event Center at Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. You can't buy a ticket to this show. You can only win your way in. Details at y108.com. Brought to you by Broken Bow Records. Must be 21 plus.
Hi there, I'm Lisa Luro from Secure Money Health. Let's be honest, Medicare can be overwhelming. That's why I created the Ultimate Medicare Book, a clear, no-nonsense guide to help you navigate every twist and turn of Medicare. I'm here to empower you with the insights you need to secure the right benefits for your health. Don't let uncertainty slow you down. Visit MedicareBookOffer.com to get started and reclaim your confidence today.
We're talking with Joe Sabulis from Highwood Cemetery. Joe, I read a story recently about a local cemetery that had run out of funds and was struggling to pay for its upkeep. How did this happen?
Some cemeteries eventually become full and can no longer sell grave sites to generate income. How will those cemeteries pay for their continued care? The cemetery may or may not have a fund for this purpose. In the story you mentioned, that cemetery is no longer selling property and its care fund is almost depleted. Now they're struggling to pay for upkeep.
How can families be assured that their grave sites are being cared for now and in the future?
Highwood Cemetery exists to serve the public rather than make a profit. Our $1 million perpetual care fund is managed by a fiduciary to ensure that the care of the cemetery will be as it is today for generations to come.
And you can learn more about Highwood Cemetery by calling 412-766-6600.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I respect and admire anyone doing anything outside right now. It sucks. And these plumbers, man. I had this plumber on this morning. He sent me a video from this hotel. Damn. There's 5 feet of water in it. They call it historic. They say it's never happened, ever. Meantime, happening right now on the south side, and I'm working on this, the feds and county police. I repeat, the feds and county police. Isn't that something, how they can work together? They always have. They're taking down teenagers with guns from gun store robberies. Right now. In fact, I'm posting video as the feds haul out these teenagers who are responsible for these gun store robberies, where they stole a significant number of guns from local gun stores. By the way, what does this prove to me? They don't quit, man. This stuff happened in the last year and a half, and some of the locals gave up and said, screw it, they don't care about justice. Obviously they do. Hell yeah, county police. Hell yeah, ATF. And the video that Patrick is streaming right now shows the feds taking some teens out in cuffs. There's also video of them putting guns in the back of cars. Some of them their guns, some of them stolen guns. But it's happening right now on the south side. Good for them. I love seeing this stuff. Hey, hang for the next hour. And I'll tell you why. I want you to hear this young woman's story. Wow. I sent, first of all, the attorney sent me stories, pictures of this woman last night. Wow. She's in the parkway, on the parkway, in her car, with her 7-year-old. Patrick, when you saw those pictures and you saw her face, how did you react?
Oh, my God. I mean, I was shocked. It's amazing she wasn't killed in that.
Wow. Her face is torn up. How the hell did she have the wherewithal to pull over? Huh?
Especially with a child in the car.
Holy.
I mean, that's probably the only reason.
Now, if you look at her face, he's saying she's blind in that eye. I hope not, man. They're getting national media attention. They're actually doing national interviews right now. As soon as they're done, they're hopping on with us. The attorney, John Bajeski, who I love, Steel City lawyer, wants to find the driver of the truck, the semi. No one knows this better than Patrick. They have cameras on the parkway, but as we learned last week, my man, they're live.
Yeah, they don't record, and they never have.
And by the way, to Patrick's point, and he's right, there might be car video somewhere, but this happened last week when the woman who went off the parkway into the river.
Yes.
And everyone's like, where are the videos?
Yep.
And the state police are like, well, we have cameras, but they're live.
Yeah, unless someone is watching that camera when it happens, typically it doesn't get seen. It's the same cameras that all the TV stations use.
Yep.
We used to use it.
Yep.
It's just a live feed that is live monitored most of the time. When there's something happening, they're great tools, but they do not record.
I'm not picking on truckers, but two things. It's hard as hell to get that stuff off the top. I'm not defending this, but that's what happened here. They do have places where they can stop and get this done, but most men don't go through there, quite frankly. And here we are, 9 days in, and I'd say at least half of the cars I see on the road still have big chunks of crap on the roof, right?
A lot of them.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of them.
Hey,
so we're going to hear from this young woman. Damn.
Can I say something real quick,
The
Marty?
picture he's showing right now on the stream, damn, Patrick.
Mm.
How did she have the wherewithal to pull over, call 911, and get help to her kid? I don't know.
It's got to be about the safety of her child, man.
Wow. So what they're trying to do is find this trucker. That's illegal, by the way, to have that on your car. However, Carmen, let me say this. Because they're so busy, the state cops that I know have been told not to enforce this. Again, they're not ignoring their duties. I love the state cops. I love their aggressive nature. I love their training. I love how they manage people and fight crime. However, a lot of folks are like, why don't the cops write tickets? Because they got 9,000 things going on right now with accidents and incidents, and they're short-staffed. So this notion that cops are supposed to be pulling people over all day long because they could and writing them ticket for having snow on their roof, I don't think it's happening. Well, I was told by a couple state cops, they were literally told, don't do it. We don't have the time. So finding that video, now you're going to hear from John Bajeski, the lawyer. He wants the trucker to call. That ain't happening. That is not happening, because that means he will have to take responsibility and someone's going to get their you-know-what sued, and that's going to be ugly. All right? Hang in. You got to hear this interview next. The young lady's live.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Larry Richard for CertaPro Painters. For more than a decade, I've been working with CertaPro Painters, doing great work for me, and now is the time. Get a free estimate, get on the schedule at the right price. You never have to wonder what's next with CertaPro Painters. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Harold Shepley. People are getting their tax returns back. Should they use that to pay off their debt? Or you have any other suggestions, my man?
Yeah, Marty, a lot of times people, they'll take that tax return and they try to pay on their debt, but it's not enough to handle everything. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. So instead of wasting that tax return, they need to leverage it by calling my law firm to do either a debt negotiation or a bankruptcy.
Go to ShepleyLaw.com. Hey, folks, Marty, why did MediConnect choose to sponsor the Warmathon and KDK Radio? Well, their folks see firsthand the pressures, financial pressures, seniors are facing every day. No senior should overpay for services that may be included in over 70 different Medicare options. There's never a fee for MediConnect's top-rated service to assist seniors in finding the right Medicare plan. Call MediConnect, 888-818-6334, or visit MediConnectInsurance.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional
details. After my accident, people warned me to slow down. I said, I don't know how. Thanks to my VA care team, I haven't.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov/PSA.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
21 with partly cloudy skies at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The latest in the apparent kidnapping of the mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie is the authenticity of a possible ransom.
Investigators do say that it had very specific detail about Nancy Guthrie's home and what specifically she was wearing the night she disappeared. And that level of detail is why police say they are taking this so seriously and stopping short, though, of calling it legitimate.
The note sent to the Pima County Sheriff's Office also demands a ransom paid with millions of dollars in cryptocurrency. After last week's heavy snow, melting and refreezing water on roofs is creating ice dams. In some cases, it leads to leaks and water damage inside homes. On the Big K Morning Show, Joe Potocznik of JP Roofing and Siding said there are things a homeowner can do about it.
Keep the heat in the house as low as you can. Try to block where your attic access hole is. Get a couple pieces of insulation, put above it. Try to stop that air from going up there. That helps a lot if you have high risk, inadequate insulation in your attic.
Once there is damage, Joe advises against a do-it-yourself fix. He suggests calling a professional instead. Driving on Pittsburgh's highways can be challenging due to the lingering snowbanks. PennDOT's trying to do something about that, as News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak reports.
It's been more than a week since a massive winter storm dumped over a foot of snow in the Pittsburgh area, and drivers are still having to battle those large snowbanks that line the highways. Those snowbanks are often solid and icy, and they can do a lot of damage to your vehicle. Now, PennDOT is doing what it can to push them out of driving lanes.
Wherever we have narrow stretches where the snow is kind of encroaching into the lane, and we have some of that in places, we're going to be concentrating our efforts on that just to try to get the drivers as much width as we can.
That's PennDOT District 11 Executive Jason Zhang. He says there's only so much that PennDOT can do, which is why it's important for drivers to eliminate any distractions and slow down, especially in those tight areas. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
There are indications tension is easing in Minneapolis. Border Czar Tom Homan announced this morning 700 federal immigration officers are being withdrawn from the Twin Cities immediately. And about arrests of undocumented immigrants being held in Minnesota jails.
We have made significant progress under the direction of President Trump, working with state and local officials here in Minnesota, and I expect that to increase in the coming weeks.
Concerning the roadblocks set up by anti-ICE groups, Minneapolis police have been seen removing them. And in the news is a creative attempt to smuggle contraband into the Allegheny County Jail involving a bag of Doritos. Detectives assigned to the jail learned 2 inmates were planning to sneak synthetic pot known as K2 into the jail. The plan was to leave several doses in a bathroom at a magistrate's office where one of the inmates was scheduled to appear Tuesday. The detectives say they watched Tyreek Craighead enter and leave that bathroom leaving behind an open bag of Doritos with pieces of rolled paper inside that tested positive for K2. Craig Head, Tyrese Platt, and Chaz Coles are all now facing conspiracy and other charges. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 294 points at 49,535. The Nasdaq down 313 points. The S&P is down 30. KDKA Sports, a couple of college basketball games tonight. Duquesne is at George Mason. Wright State is visiting Robert Morris. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with 45 years of experience and thousands of five-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:04. Time to call One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 for the best affordable health insurance plan tailored to your need. 21 and cloudy in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Walked me through everything I needed to know. How long it'll take, how it works, and what to expect. Then it was time for the real part. They put on the attachments, they blend in with my teeth, they help the aligners grip your teeth and move them the right way. It felt a little weird at first, but honestly, not bad at all. They popped in my first set of aligners, showed me how to take them out, and that was it. I'm officially part of the Invisalign Club. I even wore them at a football game, super comfortable and easy to talk with. For someone who's always filming on the sidelines or covering sports nonstop, this fits my lifestyle perfectly.
Warm up your home this winter with a brand new roof from Home Genius Exteriors. Call now and get 50% off all roofing materials plus 0% APR and no payments till 2027. And for a limited time, you can get free attic insulation. Call Home Genius Exteriors now at 855-UR-GENIUS for your free, no obligation roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine mixing with clouds the rest of today. Cold this afternoon, high 24. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 9. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy and very cold, high 24. Some snow Saturday can accumulate 1 to 3 inches, the high 29. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
John Bajeski's one of my boys. He's one of the coolest attorneys we've ever met. Just very aggressive. Very, very, very assertive for clients. I just love his attitude, man. He's a Pittsburgher. And he gets it done, and he's just cool. And he sent me these pictures last night, man. It upset the hell out of me. I was like, damn. This, and Patrick's showing this on the stream right now. This is insane. And we have John, and we have his client who lived through this nightmare and still experiencing this. Madeline, good afternoon.
Hi.
Wow. All I got to say, young lady, is damn. Damn. What the hell, Madeline? This is insane, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
How are you feeling?
Pretty rough. I joke that the color of the day is yellow. I don't know if you can tell.
I can.
Very yellow today.
You're kind of greenish. I've been there. Are you in a lot of pain right now?
The swelling has gone down a little, and since the swelling has gone down, I feel like it was preventing me from feeling some of the pain, and so the pain is actually a little worse. I feel the fractures. Like, I feel that my face is not put together the way it should be. So it's rough for today, for sure.
This is Madeline Grace. To be honest, and it's not hyperbole, it's not media hype, it's legit. Young lady, take us through this, what happened yesterday. All of it.
Well, I was driving 376 East. I had just gotten back from vacation in Florida, actually. I hadn't even been back in Pittsburgh for 24 hours. I was driving from my apartment in Moon Township to my sister's house in Oakdale. And I've driven this road many times before. I've lived here for close to 3 years now. And right as I was kind of coming up to or passing that Robinson exit 59, there's a truck on the opposite side of the highway. So coming west, I saw out of the corner of my eye and something coming towards me. And I saw the ice coming towards me. Not enough time to do anything at all to avoid it, just to brace for impact and hope for the best. And I still, I see that ice coming at me, and I hear the crunch of it coming through my windshield and hitting my face.
Damn. Madeline, was it a massive chunk of ice? What kind of give me the size and what you felt immediately?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I can't really even tell you what the size. It was big. It was a big piece. It was big enough. It didn't even come straight. It was going over like this.
Wow.
And as soon as it happened, my first thought, of course, is my 7-year-old daughter in the backseat. Is she okay? Did anything hit her? And I love her so much. Her first thought is, Mommy, are you okay? She's crying. She's not worried about herself. She's just worried about me.
So, Madeline, what did you feel? Did you feel immediate pain? What was the sensation?
It was just an impact. I've never experienced anything like that before. Everybody is asking me to explain it, and I don't think there is a way to explain it that anyone can really understand unless you've been through something like that. And I was hopeful. I was like, maybe I'll be okay.
Oh.
And I caught a glimpse of myself in the rearview mirror and just blood all over this side of my face. And I was like, no, definitely not going to be okay.
Madeline Grace had this ice blast through her window. How the hell did you have the wherewithal to slow down and pull over? Honestly, what did you do? How did you manage that?
That is not the first time I've been asked that question, and I really don't have an answer besides Jesus took the wheel because I don't know. I really don't know how I wasn't hit, how I didn't hit anyone else. It's a miracle for sure.
So you pulled over to the side?
I was in the left lane. I was able to slowly come to a stop in the left lane as close to the barrier as I could get, try to stay out of as many people's way as I could. But I couldn't get off to the shoulder. Obviously, there is no shoulder there.
Yeah. Did people help you?
Yes, there was a couple, and I thanked them. They reached out to me on Facebook, and I am very grateful. They stayed with me and my daughter until police got there.
Wow. And is there any way of knowing, because I wouldn't know, is there any way of knowing if this trucker even saw this?
I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm begging everyone I know that if they saw anything, if they heard anything, if it was them, if they think it even could have possibly been them, to reach out to state police and just do everything they can to help, because the trucking company should be held responsible. I could have died. My daughter would be without a mom.
I agree.
And it was totally preventable. In this day and age, this kind of thing should not happen ever.
Now, Patrick, my man here has cameras all over his Tesla. By chance, does your car have cameras?
It doesn't. It's an old 2013 Subaru.
I see.
I do have a dash cam, but I don't believe it was plugged in at the time of the incident.
I got to grab your attorney. He's one of my boys, one of my favorite people, John Bajetsky. Brother, man, this is
Hey, Marty,
unsettling for so many reasons, my man. This is insane, sir.
Well, not only that, but Madeline didn't say what she does for a living, and she actually counsels people who are in crisis with suicide and other types of things for the you can dial like 988 on your phone if you're in crisis or suicidal. So she helps people all day long for her job, and is compassionate and caring about them. And what I'm just trying to do here is to get the trucking company to be compassionate and understanding about her.
Nice.
Obviously, with all the media attention, I would be shocked if, anybody who was there, on I-376 around exit 59 on Saturday, January 31st, between like 9:55 and 10:05 a.m., some truck driver knows that they were there at that time, or somebody saw something. And, at the end of the day, Marty, a lot of people say, like, attorneys, they're just out to, raise hell and make money, and they're not really about caring for people. Well, no, a lot of people say that. They say, everything's a money grab, this and that. But in reality, there's a Pennsylvania statute that addresses this directly. There are mechanisms at truck stops and at intermodal terminals to remove the ice and snow from the top of the trailers and the trucks. My concern here is, maybe some driver works for a company and said, hey, I can't take this with the snow on top. And the boss said, hey, either you take the truck or you find a job somewhere else, and again,
I don't know how that works or if that's happening, but I know for a damn fact that at least half the cars in the damn road haven't been cleaned off, brother. I mean, come on.
Right. And it's your duty to do it. You got to think about other people for once.
Yeah, it's true.
And really, at the end of the day, I mean, if the driver's listening or would happen to be knowing about this, we're not out to crucify the driver. It's more about, the company and their operating procedures and training of that driver.
And honestly, she's damaged, man. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Come on, brother. She's damaged. If anyone's damaged,
she could potentially.
It's Madeline.
Yeah, I mean, right, and we don't know for sure if she's going to be blind or not for the rest of her life in that eye. I mean, that's a terrible thing. Of all the senses that you could lose, eyesight, I hate to say it, but it's probably the worst, right? I mean, all of those things. Like, she's got a cute 7-year-old daughter who, she's got to take care of in addition to herself. And, think of all those things going through life in the future.
No, this is insane. For all intents and purposes, John, because you see this kind of stuff. And Madeline, for all intents and purposes, you should be dead. Right? Honestly.
It could very easily, a shot like that to the head. I mean, my concern for her, too, and one thing that, really didn't talk about was whether she sustained a concussion from it, additionally, and those sorts of things. Because if you've been hit so hard that you have broken bones on your face.
Can you hang, guys? Can you hang for a minute?
Yep.
We got more to get to. This is important stuff, folks. Wow. We'll be right back.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin. With Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks.
You ever wait way too long for a haircut and finally get one and think, why didn't I do that months ago?
Oh, yeah. Suddenly you're walking taller, smiling bigger, and feeling like a new person.
That's exactly what it feels like when you finally replace that old roof or deck. You don't realize how bad it looked or how much better it could be until it's done.
And when it is, your whole house feels fresh again.
Give your home that clean-cut confidence with a new deck, roof, or siding project.
Call the Cousins.
Call the Cousins.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
I'm attorney Ed Shenderovich. Have you been injured at work? You may have more than one claim. To find out if you do, call us at 888-98-TWINS for a free consultation. At Shenderovich, and Fishman, we've got your back. not your wallet.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm kind of angry about this. I got to text my boys that own trucking companies. So one of my close friends owns a big trucking company, and what they do. My man John Bajetsky, and we also have this story, man. I'm blown away by this story. Young lady, let me ask you about your eye, because I'm sitting here looking at you, and your eye is torn up, Madeline. Can you see out of it at all?
Not yet anyway. I have no idea what the outcome is going to be, but my eye hasn't opened since the accident, so I don't know.
Crap. John, I'm with you, my man. Sure. I don't care about the other cars on the road. These friggin' trucking companies have to walk the lot in the morning and say, gentlemen, ladies, if you leave here with that crap on the top, you could kill someone and I'll fire your ass. Right, John?
Yeah, that sounds great in an ideal world, but it's probably take the truck the way it is or get fired. It would be my thought. And
I don't know. Really no, I know some good. I got to be honest with you. I know really good truckers, and they don't think that way, man. In fact,
I'm sure.
My man, hold on. My man Chuck Hamill owns one of the biggest truck companies in America, and he's won every friggin' award known to man for safety and cameras and training. So they're not all vagabonds. Do what the hell we want, losers. They're just not, John.
No, I don't. I'm not saying that, but look, this happened, so somebody was.
Yep.
I mean, if somebody wasn't doing it right, and really, just from personal observation, the motor carrier enforcement on the Parkway and 79 is incredibly lax. They have big signs up that say left lane, no trucks on the Parkway, and there's a reason why. Because when you get down the hill coming into the Fort Pitt Tunnel, the runaway truck sand pile is on the right.
No, it's true.
So you need to be in the right lane to use that, and on 79 between say the 70-79 split and the Parkway, I mean, they're running 3 wide where it's 3 lanes, going 52 miles an hour, and you've got traffic backed up. People get aggressive. People get angry. They pass them on the berm on the highway, which I've seen. I mean, that's, there needs to be a little bit of enforcement, for these types of things. I understand that the state police have a lot to do.
Hold on. Let me interject there. I texted some of my boys in the state police, not to ruin your day, but they were told, don't enforce this right now. We don't have time. They were told.
Yeah, which is a tragedy because now we have somebody that may be blind in one eye because of that order.
Hey, John,
to me is,
all of these trucks have cameras. I'm guessing that driver knows what happened and has it on tape. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Or probably deleted it already.
I don't know.
I mean, but at the end of the day, like I said, look, it's an issue with the company. I mean, truck drivers are universally generally very good people and very conscientious people.
Yeah, it's a hard job.
This isn't about hanging, Joe Public here or one of the guys. It's about a corporate problem, really, and how big corporations need to be held accountable.
No, I'm with you. Someone needs to step up and man up, and you're getting national media attention because, quite frankly, that truck could be in Mississippi right now, honestly.
Right. Yep. We just had an interview this morning with Inside Edition. Yep. So, as far as it goes, again, it's a national problem. I mean, this isn't just a Pittsburgh problem. No. This is any kinds of things on top of there.
Hey, Madeline, I'm curious as hell about your daughter. What happened to her? Like, what was she doing in the back seat? What did she say to mommy when this happened?
She just wanted to make sure that I was okay. Wow. She told me that when the ice hit, she put her arm up, and there is glass in the back seat, but she made it out unharmed physically, thankfully.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I don't know where you go from here. Will you be able to work and drive? Do you know?
It's very unclear at this point when those things are going to happen. Yeah. Hard to say.
Anything we can do, we'll put this out. We reached 30 million people last month on social. We'll put it all over social and hope that someone is heroic enough, responsible enough My concern, John, and we had this issue last week, brother, with the woman who went over the parkway into the river in her car. Those cameras are live. They do not record that stuff on the parkway. Huh?
Which to me is amazing. I mean, you'd think after 9/11 that they would record all those things. Like if somebody was doing something nefarious, terrorists were crossing the state on the turnpike, that they would have video of all that they can trace back to. I mean,
hold on, and I got to interrupt you again because I agree. However, it's all about the money, honey. It's just expensive as hell to store all that. It just is, man. But
I understand.
I see what you're saying. So what you want is that you want someone to step up, John, right, and say, this is my truck. Right. Let's make this right, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we're not out to, like I said, we're not out to ruin anybody's day permanently or anything like that. It's just a matter of, hey, look, this is what happened. We'll own up to it. You know, you and I both know that everybody's got insurance and that takes care of things. But at the end of the day, the broader issue is that, you know, we want to make sure this company says, hey, look, we realize we screwed up here. We're putting in the proper equipment in our terminal to make sure that when trucks pull out, the tops are wiped. You know, if you look at like Allied Trucking and Butler and a few other ones, they have stands that have a device on the top that looks like the rotating thing at the car wash that gets the front, the hood and the top of your car. And, you know, it just basically sweeps off the tops of the trucks when they go out. You know, I mean, it's just that simple.
No, I'm with you.
And, you know, again, we just want to make sure, you know, that this doesn't happen to anybody else or nobody ends up dead because of this. I mean, she could have easily been killed by that ice. I mean, it's like...
Oh, there's no question. Come on.
And, yeah, and to me, you know, and I think to Madeline as well, the key issue is making sure this doesn't happen to anybody else again. It's, you know, like I said, everybody says, you know, attorneys are bloodsuckers and this and that, whatever. But at the end of the day, we do bring about change to make sure that these things don't happen again.
Of course.
And we do it through, you know, not only litigation, but, you know, as part of agreements to resolve cases.
No, I'm with you.
You know, companies agree to make changes, you know, and that's the key thing. We just want people to be safe.
Yep. John Bajeski, my man. Madeline, what are you going to do? Are you just relaxing or what are you going to do?
I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon and another one tomorrow. Besides that, it'll just be on the couch, I'm sure.
Madeline, do you have fractures?
A couple, yes.
Where? In your jaw, in your eye socket? Where?
My eye socket and a couple in my sinus.
Oh, my goodness. I love your courage. I love that you came on here and told the story. I'm so relieved your daughter's okay. I'm so relieved your daughter's
like John was saying, I just want to make sure that it doesn't happen to anyone else. That's my whole goal.
No, I'm with you. And did you use any of your skills as a crisis counselor to manage this in your head?
That's a great question. I feel like my line of work just maybe helps me stay calm in crises in general. So, you know, I'm not screaming my head off or anything like that.
Amazing.
Maybe that just helped.
You're amazing.
Things stay a little calmer. I don't know.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
It ruined your tan, though. Let me say this, Madeline. It ruined your tan. Thank you, Madeline. We're here to help. Anything we can do. John, my man, Bajeski, Steel City Lawyer. I'm in, brother. Anything you need, my man.
Thanks, Marty. I appreciate it. She's a fighter and,
I love her.
You know, a fantastic client in person.
I love her.
So,
and I love your story, and I love your courage, John. I love your attitude, John. You're my man. All right?
Yeah, Marty. Take care.
All right, see you. Folks, my favorite town to visit, Oakmont. Here's why. The Lot at Edgewater, Carnivores, the Pub at 333, Hofstadt's, great restaurant, great food, great service, cigar bar at the Lot. Oakmont is a town you can walk around, you can enjoy it, you can park. There's no problems. It's a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere with great food. The Lot at Edgewater, Carnivores, 333, and Hofstadt's. Amazing food, Oakmont.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Hey folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation, at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed. UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 25 degrees at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. Allegheny County Executive Sarah Innamorato will sign an executive order tomorrow called Housing for All. News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak explains.
Allegheny, a county initiative which is able to place over 150 people in their first home. On Thursday, County Executive Sarah Innamorato will issue an executive order to not only continue the robust program, but to expand it to include other elements of housing.
It's everything from remediating blight in neighborhoods to encouraging home ownership to building more affordable housing by removing barriers and creating funds. So really, some exciting stuff coming to Allegheny County.
She says the initiative requires multiple partnerships to make it successful, including with leaders from the state, which is why she spent the last 2 days in Harrisburg. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
The day after the governor proposed a tax on games of skill, Pennsylvania's Attorney General announced a guilty plea from a former executive at a national game company. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has more on that.
Ricky Goodling pleaded guilty Tuesday to money laundering for taking payoffs from people involved in distributing and operating skill game machines throughout the state. AG Dave Sunday says Goodling, while working as Director of National Compliance for Pacematic, accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars in payments from non-compliant distributors and operators instead of reporting them, and laundered the payoffs through a fictitious company. Goodling, a retired state police corporal, will be sentenced on April 28th.
He also pleaded guilty to tax crimes in federal court and will be sentenced at a later date. The last nuclear treaty between the United States and Russia expires today. What's next? CBS's Linda Kenyon has the latest now from the White House.
President Trump could decide to extend the treaty, allow it to expire, or offer a new treaty. When asked about it, a White House official would say only that the president will decide the path forward when it comes to nuclear arms control. Trump has repeatedly discussed the threat of nuclear weapons, as well as the need to include China in any nuclear talks.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 96 points. It's the Nasdaq that's lower, down more than 2%. It's currently off by 432 points. The S&P 500 also down, dropping 56. KDK Radio News Time 12:32. Our next update's at 1. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We have this wonderful deal with Oakmont Bakery called Cakewalks. Woman's turning 100. Soreo and the folks at Oakmont make her a bespoke, custom-made, custom cake, anything she wants. And then we deliver it on her birthday. That's what makes Oakmont Bakery special. Plus, everything there is delicious.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Hi, it's Brian Quaranta, host of On the Money, every Saturday morning, 8 to 9 a.m. on KDKA Radio. Retirement planning doesn't have to be stressful. Each week on our radio show, On the Money, I'll guide you through topics like building retirement income plan, minimizing taxes, and protecting your hard-earned savings. Join me this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. on KDKA Radio. Let's make your retirement plan as simple and stress-free as possible. That's On the Money, where retirement planning meets peace of mind.
Hey, it's Marty. Are you tired of pain or fear of falling that's holding you back, struggling with balance, neuropathy, or joint pain? At Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, physical therapy is done differently because you are different. Folks, this place is amazing. I've seen it firsthand. Shoulder pain, knee pain, balance issues. They attack it and work it, and it works. Call today. Monroeville Physical, F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be very cold, sunshine mixing with clouds, high 24. Tonight will turn out mostly cloudy and very cold, low 9 above. Plenty of clouds tomorrow and remaining quite cold, the high 24. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So I went to high school with Bob Tootie, with Tootie Mechanical. Since I've known him, they've put 400 furnaces in homes, free furnaces. We're about to do that again. We'll put 20 in homes in one day. It's magnificent. You see folks cry. They change lives. This company gets it. Tootie Mechanical. 400 furnaces. Amazing, amazing. Tootie Mechanical. 412-771-4100. Love them.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Okay, here we go. Listen, I'm not here today. I got the day off. Michael Bartley will take you through 2 to 6 today, right here. KDK, I'll be back tomorrow.
A couple of weekends ago, Patrick and I spent the day with literally my high school friend, Bob Tootie. We've known each other since we were 15. So honestly, nearly 50 years. Seriously. And Tootie Mechanical does this insane one-day miracle, they call it. And we spent the whole day installing free furnaces. It's amazing. It's amazing. And Tootie busted the ceiling of 400. They're giving away 400 furnaces, man. Come on. Come on. And there's a couple reasons why Bob's a believer, because his wife loves people, because Bob loves making a difference. And I'm blessed to go there and be part of this. It's very emotional. I've known a lot of people in my day, but no one like Tootie. No one. And no one like his business and his people. Man, you're in this room on a friggin' Saturday morning, it's 4 degrees, and there's 300 friggin' people, and there's babies, and they're ready to go, and they do it all for free. Hell yeah. And it's life-changing, and it's life-altering, And quite frankly, Jeff Vandergrift is at the center of it. I grabbed him today for a couple reasons. Number one, we had no idea when we were doing that a couple weeks ago it was going to get even worse weather-wise. You know what I'm saying, Jeff?
Yeah, we weren't quite ready for that. I think any of us.
I mean, it's
really.
been awful.
Obviously, we have cold winters here in Pittsburgh, but nothing like we've experienced between the snow and the cold, sort of the compound effect of that. And, you know, we could not have gotten into those homes through Heat for the Needy at a better time to get in front of that.
Hey, man. This year, so people understand the dynamic, you've had more demand than any time in the history of the company, yes?
Yeah, nearly double what we typically see. The level of need is out there, and I think part of it is people are more. They're certainly in need more. You know, things are harder these days, but two, I think there's more awareness around, you know, community initiatives and the type of programs that are out there, like ours.
Yep.
And others that are out there. So I think there's more information that's available, so people are more in tune. And as that continues to grow, we see more and more demand as a result of that. So we just try to manage that as we get it, you know.
Watch your desktop, man. It gets loud.
A lot of vendors and partners, business partners of 2D that are part of the program, and they see the impact that it has, not only on the people that we help, but our people as well. Like, it's a pretty inspiring thing to be a part of, and to see the impact that it has on our families and our kids, and that what we do on that one Saturday has a long lasting impact more than just what we do in that day. And so I think our partners are excited. We have a lot of, you know, like-minded companies that we work with that have similar mission and vision and values as we have from a culture standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to be part of it as well, which is pretty awesome to see, you know, how it's grown over the years.
Here's what I love, Jeff. I sent him a text yesterday. This is a fact. And we've been doing this 20 years. Long before Jeff even got there, he was like 4 years old. I sent him a text yesterday. This is how amazing he is in the company. My man, we have the Warmathon coming up. Can you donate a furnace? Yes, done.
Absolutely.
This is the
No
magnificence.
questions asked.
You guys never, ever say no. Why is that? The culture or what?
Yeah, I think us as a successful business, we have an opportunity to give back, and we're going to take every chance that we have to do that. It's just the right thing to do.
Hey, my man, I need your advice. This is serious. So, woman comes over who has been coming to our house since our kid they were babies. And she says her daughter, they live in Mount Washington, her furnace went out. I said, okay. She says the guy comes over, okay, to fix the furnace, okay, and says, you need a furnace. Oh, $8,000 later. Now, look, Jeff, because you're a very smart man, and you guys operate in a different way. We're not disparaging a company, but I get a little worried, Jeff, when someone comes to fix a broken furnace and the guy says you owe us $8,000. That makes me suspect. So what should people ask before they say, oh, put in a new furnace? What should they do?
Yeah, I think they should always look at what the options are, because you can buy a furnace for $8,000, but you can also get a furnace that can heat your home for half of that, you know.
Plus, you might not need a furnace. It might need $400 job.
Yeah, it could just be a simple repair, and there are companies and contractors out there that are quick to push that big ticket sale.
They are.
Because they're looking out for their bottom line. But for homeowners in our community, you know, obviously, is it repairable? If you have the expendable income to do a full system replacement, by all means, that's usually in your best interest, especially, you know, furnaces these days useful life is typically around 15 years or so when you start to see degradation from that. So the things to keep in mind there. And, you know, we see it through Heat for the Needy and through our day-to-day business. Like, some people have been running the same furnace for 40 years.
True.
and it works for them, but it won't always. Obviously, it's not as effective and efficient as newer furnaces are today, but the main thing is, you don't want someone who's just going to come in and say, yeah, you need a new furnace, buy it. We train our people and our comfort consultants and our technicians to sit down with a homeowner and say, okay, let's look at some options. We'll present you with what we think is the best situation.
See, I'm there.
For your house, what works best for your situation. What are you looking for? What are your needs? What are your comfort needs? And we sort of back into a system based on that. But a lot of times people are quick to just pull the trigger on a huge replacement ticket. And, most people don't have that kind of money just sitting around. It's not like, hey, I think I'm going to buy a furnace today. It's obviously we're in a very reactive business when it comes to that.
Hey, my man,
I think the more you focus.
Is it fruitful, Jeff, to get a second opinion? Is that something you could do?
It is, and I think part of it is if you have enough trust with the contractor that you have in your home. That's what it comes down to. If you have a customer and you trust the work that we do, then typically our opinion matters.
I agree.
But if it's like, hey, man, this is much larger than I think it should be, then by all means, a second opinion is what we would recommend in that regard.
Jeff Vandergriff, my man from 2D Mechanical. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, my man. Great advice.
Yeah, no problem. And, because it's as cold, two things to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to make sure your furnace is running smoothly, because when temps drop like they do, everything's overworked. It sort of exposes the weak points in the system. So it's like, if it's really cold and you want it to be 80, don't just crank it to 80, because then your system's working too hard to get there. Make sure you're checking your filter, that it's clean. Make sure.
Hold on, stop. It's those filters get nasty, Jeff, and that's important, isn't it? They get nasty.
Yeah. Usually when we get a no heat call or a no cooling call in the summertime, that's the first thing we check, because if that is blocked, it kills the airflow and that will shut down your whole system.
Jeff Vandergriff, my
So that's
brother.
usually the first thing you should always be doing.
Thanks, my man.
And then the other thing is make sure you're keeping an eye on your pipes.
Oh yeah.
Freezing pipes is a big problem right now, so make sure you're leaving the faucet on and leaving your cabinet doors open for those ones that are exposed on the outside of the house.
Thanks, my man. Appreciate you, brother.
Things moving. Thanks, Marty. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Love them.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Look, cancer is evil. I mean that. Lost my sis, Barb. I lost one of my best friends, Jeff. However, I got to say this. I'm alive. They saved my life at UPMC. And new data suggests that 70% of folks that get cancer live 5 years plus. It's a miracle. We got to have hope. We got to have faith in the doctors and the greatness and the kindness at UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
Honey,
I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
For all station contest rules, go to kdkaradio.com/rules.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then they help you do more with it. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
No one should have to face a winter without heat. You can help your neighbors in need stay warm by supporting the Dollar Energy Fund during our annual NRG KDKA Radio Warmathon on February 12th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Presented by MetaConnect. Details on how you can support are at kdkaradio.com. Powered by Dynegy and brought to you by Junk Luggers of Pittsburgh. Help us help your neighbor on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Larry Richard for CertaPro Painters. I've been a customer for over a decade. Why? Because the professional work CertaPro Painters does protects your home, quality paint, worry-free process, free estimates. That's why I've relied on CertaPro Painters. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Make 380 Auction of Murraysville your next stop for name brand furniture. Stop in and compare their quality and pricing. 380 Auction has name brand furniture for less. Before you buy, shop 380 and save on your next furniture purchase. 380 Auction is open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sunday noon to 5 p.m., or call 724-339-3132. That's 724-339-3132, or log on to shop380.com and save.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The Bureau of Labor Statistics rescheduling the January jobs report for next Wednesday, February 11th. Meantime, just today we learned that private sector hiring last month, a lot weaker than forecast. Just 22,000 jobs were added, according to payroll firm ADP. Less than half what was expected. Despite solid data for the services sector of the economy last month, Wall Street again selling out of tech stocks today. A lot of worries about highly advanced AI software. Right now it's got the Dow still up about 0.25%, but the tech-heavy NASDAQ 2% lower, the S&P 500 nearly 1% lower. Automaker Ford in talks with a Chinese EV maker about sharing manufacturing facilities in Europe. And AMC Theater is offering $7 tickets for select movies in honor of Black History Month starting this Friday. They include the Civil War drama Glory, the current hit Sinners, and several more. This report is sponsored by Fidelity. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Crazy day. Crazy day. The furnace thing is just, to my point, to Jeff's point, and actually Patrick's point, I ain't getting no new furnace unless it's Tootie to my house. If it's Tootie's people and they say they need a new furnace, I'm getting a new furnace. You know why? Because I trust them and I know them and they're family to me. If it's some stranger, some fly-by-nighter, I'm not doing it. The problem is you're freezing your ass off and you want it done. But one of my friends paid $7,000 for a new furnace the other day, and I'm a little wary. I'm not going to do that without a second opinion. I'm just not. It doesn't make me a jerk, but I just don't believe in that. But the Tootie folks, if they tell you need a new furnace, you need a new furnace. The reason why I grabbed them today is how magnificent they are. They're donating a furnace that we're going to use to raise money to help folks who can't pay their heating bills next week. They just say, yeah, let's go. Same with the Sari. Jerry's donating a roof. He's on live next. I love people like this. My man Bill, thanks for your patience. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, Marty. Hey, as far as that ice coming off the truck,
yeah.
I mean, the driver should have seen it. I've been driving for 45 years. But you got to understand, there's a lot of guys out here that aren't aware of the laws and the rules and just the professionalism. A lot of these guys don't even speak English. That's why they're in the left lane coming down
great
the hill.
observation. Great observation. Go ahead.
And, I mean, you go up 79, and there's big flashing lights. All trucks must enter.
Oh.
And it never fails. You see the guys driving by, and they're foreigners. They don't speak English. They can't read English. I mean, I see it every day, and I've been worried about this for years, and it's finally coming to light.
So, to your point, you're right. But on the bigger picture, so Chuck Hamill's a friend of mine. He owns Pitt, Ohio Trucking, probably the best trucking company in America.
I know him well. Yes.
And Chuck's like, my man. And in fact, we're bringing this guy on. They have equipment. When those trucks leave, my man, they're cleaned off or they don't leave. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The way it should be. Yes.
But to your point, some jagoff from Mexico or some independent guy doesn't know squat. He's just doing his thing. He doesn't give a damn, right?
Oh, yeah. I see it all the time. And it's scary. I can't wait till I can retire.
I tell my kids this, and I mean this, Bill. Driving a truck is one of the hardest jobs in America. Do you not agree?
I agree. I agree. Yep.
Do you get your? How do they clean off your truck? How?
Well, I don't pull a van trailer. I haul equipment. So I make sure, I climb on top, make sure all the loose snow and all the ice is free. But, I mean, there are guys out there, you just look at the way they secure their loads.
True.
It's scary, Marty. It really is.
By the way, to his point, I've been on the road with my wife, my man, and I've seen stuff shaking on the back of a truck. To your point, right, Bill?
That's correct. And a lot of these guys don't run CB radios anymore. And if I see a guy that's got something loose on his trailer, I yell at him on the radio. And, he knows now that there's an issue. He can pull over because he might not see it in the mirror.
Wow, you make
a lot of guys got away from the safety aspect of things.
They're just trying to make the money.
Yeah. And like I said, you'll see them come down the left lane. I can remember, Marty, when that truck lost its brakes. 9 people died in front of the Mellon building?
Yes. I was there.
I mean, but yeah, a lot of these guys don't speak English and they don't read English.
Thanks, my man. Great insight. Chuck Hamill with Pitt, Ohio makes it very clear. My man, my trucks don't leave unless they're cleaned off. We have apparatus for that. And we're going to talk to his safety guy. It's very important. And Bill's point, too. Half these people, we don't even know who the hell they are.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information. From the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. And brought to you by Butler Transit Authority. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
Kimberly Allen here with Corrigan Moving Systems. Corrigan Moving has been family owned and operated since 1929, specializing in local and long distance moves. We also offer packing, storage, and much more. Corrigan is ready to provide you a stress-free and simple relocation. For a free quote, go to CorriganMoving.com or give us a call at 724-237-4578.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 27 degrees at 1 o'clock. I'm David Colorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. City Council today approving a number of key O'Connor administration appointments.
Is there a motion to approve? So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All three appointments have been approved.
Those three appointments, Jason Lando as Pittsburgh's police chief, Sheldon Williams as the head of public safety. Also, the appointment of Rhea Price as a member of the Comprehensive Municipal Pension Fund was approved as part of that process as well. A man convicted of trying to assassinate President Trump on a Florida golf course in 2024 sentenced today to life in prison. U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon pronounced Ryan Routh's fate in the same Fort Pierce courtroom that erupted into chaos in September when he tried to stab himself shortly after jurors found him guilty on all counts. Prosecutors had asked for life without parole, saying Routh is unrepentant and has never apologized. A defense attorney brought in for his sentencing asked for 27 years, noting that Routh is already turning 60. He also received a consecutive 7-year sentence for one of his gun convictions. State police and the county coroner investigating a suspicious death in Lawrence County. KDKA TV reports they were called to a home on Blair Drive in Neshannock Township this morning. No other details yet available. The Allegheny County executive is in Harrisburg today to tout a new housing initiative called Housing for All. News Radio KDKA's Pat Septek has more details.
County Executive Sarah Innamorato is meeting with the governor's office and leaders in the General Assembly to talk about housing in Allegheny County, specifically about an initiative called First Home Allegheny, which helps first-time home buyers with closing costs and down payment assistance so they can move into their first home.
And you're talking about, municipalities across Allegheny County benefiting. So we had 34 municipalities gain new homeowners, which is really exciting to see the diversity of where people are moving around the county.
On Thursday, Innamorato is expected to issue an executive order to expand the First Home Allegheny initiative. Pat Septak, News Radio, KDKA.
Border Czar Tom Homan has announced a drawdown of 700 federal agents in Minnesota effective today. Homan says the feds have made significant progress working with state and local officials to arrest undocumented immigrants. He said those with criminal records are still the focus, but anyone in the country illegally is not off the table.
For those who are not a national security threat or public safety risk, you are not exempt from immigration enforcement actions. If you're in the country illegally, you are not off the table.
Election officials in Fulton County, Georgia, are demanding the return of 2020 election documents that were seized by the FBI last week. The county has filed a motion in federal court asking for their return. That motion also requests a law enforcement agent's sworn statement that was presented to the judge who approved the search warrant be unsealed. CBS News' Chanel Call has more.
It's not just a concern about the data that was seized. It's what can that data potentially be used for. That is the root of this concern. And keep in mind, this data was seized last week by the FBI. And then on Monday, we heard the president on that podcast with former FBI Director Dan Bongino talking about this concept of nationalizing the upcoming midterm elections.
Wall Street, the Dow was down 31 points, the Nasdaq plummeting 515, S&P 500 dropping 70. KDKA Sports, 2 college basketball games tonight. Duquesne is at George Mason. Wright State visits Robert Morris. KDKA Radio News Time 103. It is currently 27 degrees in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Why deal with crowded hotels and packed pools when you can have the whole place to yourself? At SWAC Vacation Rentals, some homes come with private lazy rivers, indoor pools, massive game rooms, and outdoor kitchens built for the whole crew. These aren't hotel rooms, they're private vacation playgrounds, managed by us, cared for by us, and ready when you arrive. And when you book direct, you keep more of your vacation budget where it belongs, with you. Find your unforgettable stay at SWAC. SWACKvacations.com. That's SWACKvacations.com.
A true spa bathroom isn't just about water pressure. It's about the view. Make your shower the crown jewel of your home with a custom frameless glass enclosure from Boulevard Glass and Metal. Check out their easy, hassle-free quote request at boulevardglassandmetal.com. Simply pick a layout, answer a few questions, and send it. They'll get back to you with a price. Or call 412-621-1799. See the difference at boulevardglassandmetal.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine mixing with some clouds as we head into the afternoon hours. It'll be cold, the high 24. Tonight will become mostly cloudy and bitterly cold, low 9 above. Mostly cloudy and quite cold tomorrow, the high 24. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
When sinusitis has your nose constantly blocked, life can feel smaller. You're stuck breathing through your mouth, which leads to sleep struggles, snoring that keeps your whole family up, fatigue, and more. The mornings start groggy, the days drag on, and it feels like nothing really helps for long. At Pittsburgh Sinus Centers, relief isn't just one size fits all. Their specialists use a wide range of innovative in-office treatments designed around you, designed to open your sinuses, restore natural breathing, and help you finally sleep through the night. You don't have to keep pushing through. If you're tired of the congestion, the pressure, and the endless cycle of sprays and pills that aren't providing relief, discover a treatment option that works for you at Pittsburgh Sinus Centers. Breathe easier, sleep better, and start feeling like yourself again. Schedule a consultation today. Call Pittsburgh Sinus Centers, 878-231-6036. 878-231-6036. That's 878-231-6036.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
She's back. Join Dr. Bridget Shufo at 9 this Sunday morning and see how her wellness and weight loss help you get rid of excess weight and, more importantly, keep it off with a healthy lifestyle. It's Dr. Shufo's Health and Wellness Show this Sunday at 9 a.m.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Pittsburgh Public Schools, it's a frustrating discussion. I get annoyed because they know they have too many empty buildings. They know they don't have enough students. They know they have poor test scores. They know they have declining population and they're losing the public trust. And I feel I pick on my guest because he listens and because he's really good at this and because he's an optimist and because he's hopeful. But what annoys me is they've known this for 10 years. And then they rejected what is called this Future Ready plan to close 9 schools, maybe even more. And then they reject the idea to reject the plan to reject the schools. And then what they do is they elect 2, because the old members don't want to take the heat for it, and they dump it on the new members. And then the new members come in and take a big vote to study the same thing they've studied now for 10 years. And it becomes this annoying, to me. That's why James Fogarty with A-plus schools is so good. It becomes this annoying, frustrating, aggravating commentary that almost becomes like the ignorant movie Groundhog Day. But James, well, I love him, is an optimist and sees hope, and he joins me. Do you not, sir? You see hope here, do you not?
Marty, that framing is like, I want to give you a hug, man. It's okay. Like, I feel like yes, I think a lot of the things you said right there are true, right? They know that they have to close buildings. They know that students aren't getting the kind of resources and supports that they deserve across every building. They know that access to opportunity, there were 10 schools that didn't have algebra didn't offer algebra last year.
Hold on, stop there, because he's right. He's always right. This shocked the hell out of me. I was telling my wife this. If I go to a school in Lebo and my kid can't take algebra, I'm snapping. But there were 10 schools in Pittsburgh that didn't even offer it to the damn kids, which, by the way, James, is a disgrace, right?
I mean, it's the challenge of having small schools, right? Like,
You're right.
There's just not enough students, and then the logistics of trying to get that student who could qualify into a class.
But hold on, it's embarrassing. And it's not.
Well, and it's exactly why the superintendent and the board were saying we need to close schools and have bigger middle schools so kids can have access to algebra no matter where they live in the city.
Then what the hell is it? Why does this board let the public say, "But can't close my school"? And they go, "Okay, cool. We'll go home. We'll start this again."
I don't know. Talk to city council people when they try and close fire stations. It's hard. This stuff is hard.
Not for adults.
As you pointed out, though, right? Like, there were new board members coming on. All of the board members that were present last a couple weeks ago when they made the vote voted yes to reopen this process, which gives me some hope, right? Because they recognize the problem. They're not shirking away from it. They are moving forward on trying to get it done. I think there's a good plan in place that needs tweaks that will get the feedback of the new board members. But my hope is we will see school closures and consolidations that lead to kids having right resources, right supports, and access to opportunities across every building, getting a solid foundation starting in 2027.
James,
and that means
so it's going to take a year to get this done?
Yeah, so like what they'll have to do is pull together the plan, do another vote, and make tweaks to what the existing plan. They have a lot that they can work from, though. They're not starting from scratch. They're starting from a solid plan. And I think they're already putting in place folks like a deputy superintendent that's just going to be in charge of the plan and the closures and the communications. So that's a good step. So yeah, I think we'll see consolidations. And my hope is, Marty, like, this little delay actually gives us an opportunity to do it right.
I thought it was right the first time. It was right the first time, man.
Hey, look, that would have been the case, but we didn't have the board votes to do it, right? So let's get it right now. Let's get it right for all the board members, and let's get it right for this community. And I think that's possible. I actually do really think that's possible.
My man, every time they do this, it takes 2 years. Why, man?
Well, I mean, there's the logistics of
James, my man, you're a smart man. Me and you, I know you because you know this stuff.
It's just the law, man. Marty, there's the law that says they have to give notification periods. They have 2 years. To give a public hearing. That's all in the law.
Me and you could figure this out in a half hour. You know this, James. The homework's there, brother.
You can't get this done. You can't get this done by the fall of 2026. Now, that date has passed.
Well,
It's just not legally possible.
Yeah.
And we can take it up with the legislature, but between the logistics of it, it's just not possible. I hear you, man. I'm frustrated.
No,
too.
no.
Look,
I love you. My man is so honest about this. All I'm saying is, if I'm in that, and someone says, we can't get your kid algebra, screw it. What do you tell those parents?
I tell them, here are your options in this district that allow you to have algebra. Here are the schools that are offering it. If you can't get what you need here's where you can transfer. If you don't want to transfer, here are some other options that you have. We do have the options within this district to provide kids with what they need. That's the part that's frustrating to me, is like, we have everything we need to succeed by kids in Pittsburgh Public Schools. We just have to get the money and the resources aligned so that it happens. And I think the superintendent, administration, and the board did a lot of good work to show how that can happen. And now we got to finish the job. Yeah. And so that's what we're going to be working on. That's what we're going to be supporting. And that's what we're going to be pushing for, is let's get this done so our kids get what they need when they go to school.
Doesn't it irritate you that 70% of the teachers that teach there send their kids outside the district? Doesn't that irritate you?
I mean, I don't know.
That's them saying they work at the restaurant. I don't eat here because the food sucks. That's what they're saying.
I don't know, Marty. You live in Lebo. Like, you send your kids there. It's a good school system for you, right? So yeah. I'm loath to like cast aspersions on where our teachers live.
No. But if I build Fords and I'm driving a Chevy, I ain't working at Ford long, brother. You know what I'm saying, James? Come on.
I hear you. Look. I'm not trying to get in a fight with teachers right now. They're doing a good job. They're working hard. Like, I'm not trying to get in a fight.
I love my man. Hey, my man, you're a hero. You're a warrior, and you shoot straight.
I'm not. I appreciate the opportunity. I got to hop.
All right, man. Talk to you.
Thanks, Marty, for the opportunity.
Love the man. Soon. He tells the damn truth.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This weekend forecast brought to you by KFC Bowls. 5 different bowls to fill up 5 different ways. In Pittsburgh, Saturday's going to be breezy and bitterly cold with clouds and sun and a high in the low to mid-teens. Remaining brisk and very cold Sunday with clouds and a few flurries, the high in the upper teens. Go to KFC and get a whole lot of bowls for a whole lot less money. 5 delicious bowls for just $5 each. From the classic famous bowl to Chef Matty Matheson's bowl and even more in between. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Prices and participation may vary.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
Lamont is on the clock. Join Lamont to hear draft experiences from famous local football greats. On March 11th, Lamont welcomes Mel Blount and friends. Proceeds benefit the Mel Blount Youth Initiative. Visit LamontPittsburgh.com/upcoming for sponsorships and ticket info.
Fabulous February savings at Coons Market.
Pork shoulder steaks or roast, $2.79 a pound. Cantaloupes are $1.99 each. And Hers potato chips or pretzels, 7 to 16-ounce bags, 3 for $7. Come see us at Coons.
Hey folks, it's Marty. Voss TV and Appliance has a huge selection of big brand names and prices you'll love. 3rd-generation family business. Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team provides meaningful service that actually serves. They answer phones, show up on time, and truly care about their customers. It's old school service that matters, and you won't find it anywhere else. Visit Voss's South Hills showroom today. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Love them. The lowest prices guaranteed.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's ridiculous school district. It just is. There's a small portion that has a couple decent schools, but it's... There are schools where 20% of the kids, 20% are proficient in reading and math. There are schools where none of them are. None, zero. That's ignorant, man. I like James. He's a good man. He's a warrior. He's trying to make a difference. But They had this plan 2 friggin' years ago, man, and they chickened out. It's cowardly. It's, man. And you might think that I'm being a jerk and a jag-off picking on the teachers. I'm not picking on the teachers. I know a bunch of them. They kick ass. They're really smart. A lot of them have PhDs. They work their asses off. They're so smart they don't send their kids to the Pittsburgh public schools. My thing is this, and folks, these are real numbers. Like 70+% up to 80% don't send their own kids to those schools. Huh? It's what I told James. I said, my man, they work at the restaurant, but they tell all their friends, yeah, the food here sucks. Come on. It's horrible. It is. Took him 2 damn years. Oh, Patrick put a great graphic up there on the stream. 50% occupancy rate in these damn schools. Half of all the seats are empty. And these jagoffs didn't offer Algebra 1 to kids in 10 schools. Hell with that. And when I asked James, and again, I like him, what do you say? Oh, you're going to have to ask the board about education alternatives. What the hell's that mean? Huh? Here's who goes to the Pittsburgh public schools. Poor people and their kids. Prove me wrong, man. A couple of wokesters, the far lefters, they say, I'm sending my kids to public schools. But, and to some of the arts magnet schools downtown, yeah, kind of. And kind of Alderdice, kind of. I was in Alderdice with Patrick. If I'm lying, I'm dying. It was like a 1930s prison, Patrick. It was gross.
You're not wrong.
It was gross.
It does have that Shawshank kind of feel in those hallways.
It does.
And I hate to say that.
No, you don't. Truth is the truth. Anyone that I know that has a nickel, cops will work extra jobs. They will not send their kids there. Firefighters, same thing. I ain't doing it. Here's the story I tell. When I was a young man, I grew up in Groovy Side, Shady Side. The high school of choice was Peabody. It's in East Liberty, kind of. Highland Park, kind of. It sucked. What do I mean? Fights, drugs, horrible grades, idiots beating on each other every day. When was that? 1978. If I'm lying, I'm dying. So do the math. 26, add 2. So we're what, Patrick? 50 years later?
And not much has changed.
You think? What sucks still sucks. You tell people in the Pittsburgh public schools that, and they give you that blank stare, like I don't get it. No, I don't. I really don't get it. I don't, man. The school system that sucked 40 years ago sucks today. Hey, man, say Marty Griffin's a myopic, rich guy whose kids will go to Mount Lebanon. Okay, fine. Assume that's true. Check the test scores. Pick a school. Any school. They're down under 20,000. They're closer to 17. It's a joke, man. But the joke's on us because we're paying for this crap. And these poor parents that just want their kids to read and write. This crap. They had to take a vote to reopen the discussion about the discussion they had for 2 years to close the damn schools, and they curbed it. So annoying. And it's so expensive. Hey, you want to talk about cost? Average cost per student, Pittsburgh Public Schools, pushing $30,000 in that area. Fox Chapel, North Hills, Upper St. Clair, Mount Lebanon, 18. Go ahead. Tell me I'm a liar. Look up the numbers. I'm telling you, man. It's a joke. It's broke. Embarrassing, man. Frank, go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a comment. I'm in the car, and I just heard you commenting about all the trouble in the schools. I remember when I was in high school, I was within walking. I'm not going to mention the school.
It's all right.
But I was in walking distance of one of the Pittsburgh public schools.
Yeah.
My parents said, there ain't no way in hell you're going there. Friends of mine used to tell me there were fights 3-4 days a week.
Hold on. All my friends got their ass kicked every day at Peabody. I went to Central.
Yeah.
We were poor, man. We were poor. Believe me, we were poor.
Yeah. Well, I went to North Catholic.
Well, then you know.
I could have walked to this Pittsburgh public school. My parents said, no way. I took 2 buses to get to North Catholic.
Hold on, Frank.
But
here's what sucks.
They used to have fist fights.
Frank, hold on. Forget the past. It still sucks today, man. Today.
Oh, I know. Wow. I would never send my kids. My girls are grown, but I would have never sent them to a public school. No way.
My man, we had guys. This is the truth. We had video from downtown. This is the truth, Frank. Of these 3 morons, kids, running up on a guy who was passed out. He was high in an alleyway downtown. This is true, Chuck. They went up to him, and they laughed about this, Chuck. They shot him in the face like 30 times with a pellet gun and laughed. Frank, they laughed about it. Okay?
Hold
on, Frank, hold on, let me finish. They were Brashear students. And Frank, within 2 days of that incident, they were in school walking the halls. I'm serious, Frank. This is what we got.
This is like you would be writing a novel about some dystopian society in the future where everybody's a monster
Thunderdome
and stuff like that, but it's real. It's real.
It's every day. And Frank, 80% of the teachers don't send their kids there. Huh? Come on, Frank.
Yeah. What's that tell you?
Hey, Frank, it's like the owner of the restaurant coming up and whispering in your, hey, man, you got to leave. My food sucks. Right?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
No, it's a great story, and he's right. Now, everybody thinks I don't like the Pittsburgh public schools. You know what? You're right. You're right, man.
Hey, big guy, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, quick.
I'm not from here.
Right.
But I don't hear anybody calling in defending the Pittsburgh public schools.
Oh, because they know, man, they can't handle it. They know.
That can't be right.
Hey, my man.
Listen
to this, Trevin.
Nobody is calling?
Vince, Trevin, 80% of the kids, 80%, brother, that graduate from Pittsburgh public schools need remedial math and English classes to get into CCAC. Trevin?
Understood. I hear you.
It's bad, bro.
And I'm thinking, is there a lack of communication between as to what has to happen to develop the schools? What's going on with Pittsburgh public schools? If you're a parent, if you're a student, why aren't you calling up to defend the Pittsburgh public school?
It's actually fascinating, his point, and I'm gonna tell this to you. And T knows this because we used to use her on this topic all the time. Go to a youth football game in the city on the weekends. There are 500 parents. Go to a parent-teacher conference at the schools. There are 5 parents. Check it out, bro.
That's a problem.
It's a problem. This happened in my house. Spent a lot of money during the holidays. Want to plan better this year. Hook me up, brother.
Oh, absolutely. The things you need to do is now is the time to be thinking about that Christmas club. And now's the time to make those plans with your family and friends instead of buying gifts for everyone. Put those names in a hat and pull them out. You want to be working on this now rather than waiting till a week before Christmas and then there's no time.
Plan ahead.
Absolutely.
Harold Shepley, ShepleyLaw.com.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin.
When we started Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks, it wasn't a big crew or a fancy shop. Just Calvin and me in our grandma's garage.
We'd load up our tools every morning, build decks all day, then unpack right there in her driveway.
That little garage laid the foundation for what Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks is all about. Working hard, staying honest, and treating people like family.
We've grown a lot since then, but those family values still guide every job we do. Call the Cousins.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
Hey folks, Marty here. CCAC rocks. They're the best, from training for careers in skilled trades to programs in robotics, cybersecurity, aviation, culinary arts, business management, and more. CCAC has it all. Folks, it's the real deal with expert instructors, industry-grade equipment, high-tech learning spaces, and more. Want a future with little debt? Campus open house events, virtual information sessions, on-site tours. ccac.edu, ccac.edu.
When was the last time you watched your home movies? Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for: their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast. We always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/value.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 25 degrees at 1:30. I'm David Ballarado. City Council giving its approval today for Jason Lando to become the new Pittsburgh Police Chief. And Sheldon Williams has also been approved to head the Department of Public Safety. Council today also approved the nominations with no votes, as well as that of Rhea Price to become a trustee for the Municipal Pension Trust Fund. After last week's heavy snow, melting and refreezing water on roofs is creating ice dams. In some cases, that leads to leaks and water damage inside the homes. On KDKA Radio today, Joe Potocznik of JP Roofing and Siding says there are some things that a homeowner can do.
Keep the heat in the house as low as you can. Try to block where your attic access hole is. Get a couple pieces of insulation, put above it. Try to stop that air from going up there. That helps a lot if you have high-risk, inadequate insulation in your attic.
And once there is damage, he advises against a do-it-yourself fix and suggests calling the professionals instead. Driving on Pittsburgh's highways can be challenging, too, due to the lingering snowbanks. PennDOT is trying to do something about that, as News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak reports.
It's been more than a week since a massive winter storm dumped over a foot of snow in the Pittsburgh area, and drivers are still having to battle those large snowbanks that line the highways. Those snowbanks are often solid and icy, and they can do a lot of damage to your vehicle. Now, PennDOT is doing what it can to push them out of driving lanes.
Wherever we have narrow stretches where the snow is kind of encroaching into the lane, and we have some of that in places, we're going to be concentrating our efforts on that just to try to get the drivers as much width as we can.
That's PennDOT District 11 Executive Jason Zhang. He says there's only so much that PennDOT can do, which is why it's important for drivers to eliminate any distractions and slow down, especially in those tight areas. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, stocks are down. The Dow is currently lower by 50 points. The Nasdaq plummeting 434 points. S&P 500 dropping 55. KDK Radio News Time 1:32. Our next update at 2. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Did you know that the only cause of mesothelioma is exposure to asbestos? Did you know that many local area tradesmen were exposed to asbestos and didn't even know it? The sad reality is asbestos-related diseases are often fatal, yet entirely preventable. Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky, and White understands the complexities of asbestos exposure and are dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve. GPW can't change the past, but we'll work to transform your future. Call 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
When the power goes out, safety is Duquesne Light Company's top priority, and it should be yours too. If you see downed or hanging power lines, stay at least 30 feet away and immediately call DLC's emergency number at 888-393-7100. Call 911 for any emergency medical needs, and keep your refrigerator and freezer doors closed to help preserve food. Report any outages using the free DLC mobile app or at DuquesneLight.com. No internet. Call 888-393-7000.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions, and I would like to remind you about the selected drapery fabrics that are on sale right now. 50 to 70% off the most beautiful fabrics with the draperies made right here in Pittsburgh in my very own factory. Call 724-933-5500. Stop into my gallery at 2015 Village Run Road in Wexford, or simply book online. NestExpressions.com.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin of Botkin Family Wealth Management, where I work with my dad and brother. Lester is a chartered financial analyst, and Dad and I are certified financial planners. A favorite client said to me last year, "Someday I'd love to take my girls and their husbands on a family trip together." This was a physician who'd retired after 40 years, and I said to him, "Someday is now." I shared that my parents did the same for my brother and me when we were in our 20s, and the memories we created are priceless. I was so happy when my client and I met again this year, and he showed me pictures from the trip. We want you not just to survive, but to thrive in retirement, to understand what your wealth can do for you and for the people you love. Saving is an important part of a healthy financial plan, but so is enjoying what you've worked for. In retirement, someday is now. Find out how we help you get maximum fulfillment from your money at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Hey folks, Marty, why did MediConnect choose to sponsor the Warmathon and KDK Radio? Well, their folks see firsthand the pressures, financial pressures, seniors are facing every day. No senior should overpay for services that may be included in over 70 different Medicare options. There's never a fee for MediConnect's top-rated service to assist seniors in finding the right Medicare plan. Call MediConnect, 888-818-6334, or visit MediConnectInsurance.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine mixing with clouds the rest of today. Cold this afternoon, high 24. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 9. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy and very cold, high 24. Some snow Saturday can accumulate 1 to 3 inches, the high 29. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
File your taxes for free with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. Just file on your own in the Credit Karma app by February 28th. Valid for those who didn't file with TurboTax last year.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
I got to do something cool. We have this Warmathon. What is it next? Is it Thursday, Patrick? Next Thursday? Yeah, the 12th. And my boys, they're just so cool. They're so generous, and they step up and do amazing things. I've been friends with Jerry Nasseri for, 20 years. And I'm going to tell you how we met. It's a true story. This special needs, remember these brothers, Patrick? They were special needs. They were living in a house where the roof had completely collapsed. And Jerry's wife got a letter from them, and it ripped her heart out. And my man went in there and put, that roof was $40,000, man. It was a disaster. Oh my God, Patrick. They had swimming pools in their house with crap in them.
Multiple baby pools catching water.
I wanted to grab Jerry real quick this morning. He's with NASCO Roofing. Jerry, how are you, brother?
Hi, good afternoon, Marty.
Once again, Jerry steps up and participates in this program and offers this wonderful opportunity for folks to have a roof because he loves people and taking care of people. Why is that important to you, sir, at NASCO?
Well, as a business in the community, we try to be basically a part of the community and help as much as we can. And unfortunately, we can't help everybody, but we try to do our share. So we, as a team, NASCO's team, we try to get involved and help as much as we can. And we were glad that in few cases that you have mentioned, we got involved and were able to be of some help to the families.
It's unbelievable. So, Jerry went on my brother's roof a couple years ago. They had the ice dam. And then our gutters collapsed, and they repaired them in this craziness. Jerry, what are you seeing now, my man, with your roofers in this crazy weather?
Oh, a lot of your listeners in this area are experiencing quite a bit of ice dams, and on flat roofs, a lot of drains frozen. So a lot of roof-related issues, and unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot that anybody can do. Our advice is try not to deal with them with any problem, roof-related problem yourself, and call a professional. And quite frankly, even the professionals aren't able to do a whole lot. So we kind of pretty much recommend that to wait as much as you can and kind of deal with any internal issues you're having the best you can till the weather breaks a little bit.
Hey, Jerry, to your point, this is a true story. My neighbor has a slanted driveway. I'm serious. He has a ladder open in the damn driveway, and he's climbing the ladder last night to go on the roof. Jerry, how dangerous is that, brother?
That is literally a suicide mission. Even if his driveway was flat with no slope, still it is a suicide mission. Even professionals really dealing with roof issues and getting up on the roof with all the snow we have, it is definitely not a good idea at all. It's not safe. It's not recommended. It's not OSHA approved. So I would simply recommend that please stay away from climbing on the roof and trying to kind of deal with the ice buildup the best that you can. Please do not.
Oh, my gosh, Jerry. NASCO Roofing. Jerry, you really can't do anything till stuff starts to thaw, right?
Absolutely. Really, the best thing is just be proactive for next season or as soon as this weather breaks. Having a balanced attic with proper insulation that doesn't let the heat from the house to rise to the attic and melt the snow on the roof. It is a huge help. It just keeps that snow on the roof and doesn't melt it and, create a roof, basically roof dams, ice dams really. And another thing that the heated cables on the eaves close to gutter and the valleys, that also would help as well. But obviously it's too late to do them now. Just has to be done when the weather is appropriate.
Jerry found a leak on our flat roof and fixed it. No one else could find. But the insulation issue in the attic is spot on. The heated cables, spot on. And Jerry, tell them, stay the hell off your roof, right?
Absolutely. We have had some professionals actually attempting to do basically some repair or remedy the situation, and there has been reports of a serious injury. So absolutely, in no way, shape, or form you should be trying to deal with ice dam issues on your roof. Call a professional, and I'm sure professionals just are going to make some recommendations and not really be able to do anything that's going to add up to much of a solution at this point with this weather condition.
Jerry Nasseri, NASCO, thanks, brother. Appreciate you, my man.
Thank you.
Man, I ain't getting up on no roof. Huh? No. Right? Mary Hours. You know what Mary does to break up the ice? She sings. And the vibrato. Mary, in the vibrato, it breaks up the ice. Is that true, Mary?
Absolutely. Why not?
Mary, stop the madness. It's cold as hell again and getting worse tonight, right?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't know. It depends what you want to categorize as worse, because this weekend is going to be even worse. So it's going to get even colder. So I'm just kind of taking it as tomorrow. It's still not going to be bad in the teens. We have another day in the 20s, and then snow on Friday could pick up about 2 to 3 inches. of course, the higher elevations, ridges of Westmoreland, Fayette will get more, and Garrett County, Maryland, ski slopes, all of that. And then temperatures will fall through the day on Saturday. So Saturday at midnight, we start off in the teens. We end with our actual low temperature either at 0 or 1 degree or 1 below. And we'll still be at like 1 below for our actual low temperature Sunday. But then after that, it looks so much better. But I mean, we're looking at about 17 days in a row of temperatures at 32 degrees or colder. And then once we get into, it looks like Tuesday, we may make it to the 40s. And then temperatures are trending above average. So there's hope.
Wow. Have you ever seen anything this bad in your career here?
The snowstorm that we just had, that was the biggest I've ever covered. In terms of cold, I feel like every winter's always really cold to me. The only thing that really stands out to me was Christmas when we had those wind chills like 25 to 30 below. That was in like 2022. So that was really, really cold. But I feel like this deep freeze that we're in, I just feel like it's not breaking. So it's just been miserable.
Sucks. Mary, thank you.
No problem.
Lance O'Brien. MetaConnect. Before we get to that, have you had issues, busted pipes, crazy stuff?
Not this winter, but I have in the past. But no, I mean I'm over this all though.
Yeah,
100% over it. Yes, I mean I did just look at the weather forecast while she was talking, and after we get past Friday, it looks like we got some 40s coming our way, which is kind of nice.
What's happening with your business in the ever-evolving landscape, sir?
Yeah, so we're in the middle of the OEP right now,
Explain what that is, please.
OEP is the open enrollment period. It's a time of year where people who have Medicare Advantage plans, they're allowed to actually review their coverage. So say, Marty, someone back in October, November, for whatever reason, didn't look at their coverage, and they get to the new year and they go to the pharmacy and their meds or whatever are a lot more, or they've had health changes. If they have a Medicare Advantage plan, they are not locked in for the rest of the year. They can actually review their coverage. So we're doing a lot with that. We're still helping a lot of people who did not, whose plans were terminated, and they, didn't get coverage by the 1st. So we're still dealing with quite a few people like that. One of the things that's really interesting, though, Marty, is last week we started talking about the advance notice.
Yes.
Document that comes out by CMS and basically is written by lawyers, and it's for people that, like this stuff enough to read 200-page documents. But one of the things as I've been diving into it more that I found very interesting is there's a proposal in this year's advance notice to create a special enrollment period.
Oh.
If someone's doctor leaves the network of the plan that they're in.
Oh.
This is actually a big deal.
Oh.
Because what we're seeing with Medicare Advantage plans specifically is that some of the doctors are having challenges getting the reimbursement rates that they want, so they're leaving the networks. Well, when they leave the network, the beneficiary is stuck in that plan.
Hell yeah.
Right? So what they basically have to do is they have to forego seeing that doctor or wait to the next year to change to a plan. Now, again, I just want to be absolutely clear. This is a proposal to allow a special enrollment period if someone's doctor leaves the network of the plan.
That would be big, though, brother.
It would be huge.
It would mean, too, that they give a damn about consumers.
It is more consumer focused, and I think it's really good for that reason. Now, I will also say I could see this being abused, right? Kind of where people just, I'm going to that doctor, but he's not in network anymore, and trying to find a way to use it. But if it's used as it's intended, I actually think this is fantastic for the consumer.
To so many of these points, though, man, we get loyal to our doctor, and if they leave, you kind of go haywire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I've been doing this over 10 years now, and I can tell you this unequivocally, people would much rather change their insurance than change their doctor.
Hell yeah.
They don't want to give up the people they trust that they've been seeing for years, that have helped them through other situations. So this is something we'll be closely monitoring. There's comments coming back now from various groups through the end of February, and then final decision on this is going to come out April 6th.
You've kind of saved my ass a couple times and helped me talk through the warmathon because my voice blows up. Why is this so important to you to get involved with the Warmathon?
Yeah, as you know, we're sponsoring again this year, and for me, it comes down to we sit across the table with the seniors of our counties, Allegheny, Butler, Beaver, all the surrounding counties, and we know what they're living on. We know how they're trying to stretch dollars, just trying to make sure that they can make all the widgets, if you will, work, and we know it's a challenge for them. So for us, being involved in getting the word out. I'll be here next week to make our donation that we make every year. We just think it's a big deal. I mean,
let me read this. Yeah. That's why I'm looking here. So Chad Quinn, who's my man, with All Energy. Listen to this. We spent $2 million more so far this year over last year. We made up $1 million in donations, but we're $1 million in the hole. I said, "Can you make it up?" He goes, "No, it's gonna be tough."
Yeah, and again, I think it comes down to what's become a very big buzzword in our current climate of politics and life is affordability.
Yeah, man.
Right? So many other things are stretching the affordability limits, right? That people are having to be like, what do I eliminate or what do I decrease? Instead of having my heat on 70, do I now have to have it on 60?
No, it's true.
Right? Like they're going through those really challenging situations because of affordability. So again, you know, we can't, I love the quote by Mother Teresa. She said, most people can't change the world, but they can change somebody's world. Right?
We see it on the show live every day. We spend an hour on people making a difference in this marketplace live. Can you hang?
Yep.
Right back.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
We get it. Attention spans just aren't what they used to be. Heads in social media and eyes on Netflix. But what do people do with their ears? Well, for one, they're listening to audio. Americans spend 4.4 hours with audio every day. Oh, and you want the proof? Well, you just sat through this ad that's now approaching 30 seconds. What could you say to a potential customer in 30 seconds? Let Odyssey put together a media plan tailor-made for your unique marketing needs. Advertise with Odyssey. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
It's the KDKA Radio High School Basketball Game of the Week. Powered by Bowser Chevrolet. We bring you the best players, the best sounds of the game, and the best matchups in the WPIAL. Thursday night at 6, the Pine Richland Girls host Seneca Valley. Presented by Invisalign. Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine. Official sports medicine of high school basketball. And brought to you by Tobacco-Free Adagio Health. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Ryan Shalaba here from the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. More than 1,000 local homeowners have trusted us to sell their home the simple way. No hassles or fees, just a fair and easy sale. Visit homebuyersofpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057 for a cash offer today. That's 412-500-9057.
Medicare's great, but it's not simple. Dina Schmidt and Michael Coleman from One Health Benefits are licensed Medicare specialists who sort through Medicare confusion at no cost to you. New legislation, plan changes, and rules all directly impact your coverage and wallet. Let One Health Benefits have your Medicare plan fit you and not the other way around. Wrong choices cost thousands. A single right conversation with One Health Benefits saves you money and stress. Call 724-799-8873 or go to onehealthbenefits.com.
Protect your most valuable asset, your home sweet home, with PJ Fitzpatrick.
They have the experience and know-how to ensure the structural integrity and energy efficiency of your roof. Trust PJ Fitzpatrick's 45 years of experience, thousands of 5-star reviews, and lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. Our professionals install most roofs in just one day. PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with any budget. Visit trustpj.com today. That's trustpj.com.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The thing about Lance that he has in common with me is that we kind of live this stuff. In other words, I'm in the house with no heat. We're in the food pantry with no food. We're there when the woman's crying because her pipes burst, so you live it. And so to Lance's point about the warmathon, the reason why is because they get the calls, quite frankly, at MetaConnect, and you see the struggle. My thing is, I'm seeing all these different rates going up for scripts and plans. How are folks going to manage? What's your vibe?
Yeah, so, I mean, there's really only a couple options that they have, right?
Yeah.
You know, and frankly, one of them's okay if they can find it, which the first one is, can they find something else that still provides them the same coverage? But
can they?
In some cases, yes. When we move somebody from one plan to another, generally the biggest savings we find them is in their prescriptions.
Oh, give me an example.
You got to think about it. There's 70 plans,
Whoa,
right?
Whoa,
So, still. There's still 70 plans in most of the surrounding counties. So one of the biggest mistakes people make in selecting their health care, and this is no dig at the carriers because we have great relationships, is they call the carrier directly.
Hold on. This is so brilliant. Why, Lance?
Well, because during their working years, maybe they had, and again, I think I'm okay doing this, they had UPMC their whole life, or they had Highmark their whole life.
No, this is true, yeah.
Right, so when they transfer to Medicaid, they're just like, well, Highmark's always been good to me, Allegheny, or UPMC's always been good to me, and they just call that carrier directly, right? And they're like, I'm ready for Medicare, enroll me in a plan. Oh, the percentages of people that do this is crazy. So what happens is, again, the person that's answering the phone, they're offering them the best plan that they have available. The problem is if that company has 10 plans that they're offering and there's 70, they've seen such a small piece of the pie of what is actually available to them. Right. So where the ability to actually potentially save money is looking at all the other options.
They're going to what they trust.
They're going to what they trust.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, this has always been good for me. It's still going to be good for me. And again, is it necessarily hurting them? Maybe not.
Hold on, though. As an example, this is why I love them. You have the same insurance company for 30 years, pay the same rates. Then you call another one, you're like, damn, we just saved $1,500, right?
Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah, honestly, I liken it a lot to when the games they play with cable.
Yes.
Right. Like I go and I sign up for Dish Network or DirecTV and I get this introductory rate if you can. Right.
True.
And then what happens over a couple of years? Boom, 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 boom. And before you know it, you're paying what you were paying with the last one. Right. So then you have to go to another one to find savings. And it's a little bit different because there are set models for formularies and stuff. But the problem is when you never really look at your options, all you're doing is most likely putting yourself in a position where there's going to be
increases.
Yes. Yep. You got it. So that's why I think it's monumentally important. I mean, one of the things that I'm really interested in.
They don't chase the buck at MediConnect. They chase the best deal. That's a fact, not a marketing tag. It's a fact.
Yeah, and again, we're happy to, if we talk to someone and meet with them and we are able to confirm the plan they're in is the best one, you're in the best plan. You stay exactly where you're at, right? But like one of the things I'm really interested in is what the news that's coming out around PACE and PaceNet. Because to your point, you had asked, how can people save money? Well, there is this state pharmaceutical program. It's funded by the lottery. Yeah. So every time somebody buys a lottery ticket, a certain amount of money goes to fund PACE and PaceNet, which helps Pennsylvanians over the age of 65 who are on Medicare to actually get help with their prescriptions. The rate to qualify for that has not changed in like 5 or 6 years, which the cost of living has changed probably more dramatically in the last 5 or 6 years than any time that we can remember, right? So there's a proposal that is out there where a single individual right now, in order to qualify for PaceNet, the maximum they can make is $33,500. Marty, they're actually proposing raising that to $45,000. And I think you get into that $45,000 for a single individual, it is going to open up the doorway for tens of thousands of Pennsylvanians to now get assistance with their prescriptions. And let me tell you what happens here. If they qualify for that program, Marty, for a brand name medication, the most that they can pay is $15.
Whoa!
15
I gotta
bucks.
roll. It's great info. My man Lance O'Brien, my favorite Irishman. Peace.
It's the little things